Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Welcome in. I hope everybody's having a good evening tonight. Got some, hopefully should be a fun show this evening. Hopefully folks can hear me. Let's see the chat. Start welcoming folks in. Oh, yes, please, everybody. Oh, and let me start off by saying, as always, thank you to all of the viewers, all of the chatters, all of the lurkers, all of the commenters, anybody watching the replay. You're all much appreciated. So welcome in, Icy. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. I hope you're having a good night yourself. Thank you for the comment. Patty, welcome in there, Patty. Fiona's mom, happy Dr. Phil Wednesday. Is it time? It is time, Capricorn. Hopefully you're having a good evening. Indeed. Good evening, JV. You're having a good evening there. All right, all right, so hopefully my audio is good. Let's make sure that folks can see me. I'm gonna take off the banner here. Finish welcoming everybody in, 1 second. All right, let's take off this music. I think it's been long enough. All right, so hopefully you folks can hear me now. Or you can hear me, I guess, from a moment ago as well. Okay, so let's see what we got tonight. Let me finish welcoming everybody in. Also, my apologies, 1 second here. All right. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Let's see here. Okay, Helen Corfield. Welcome in, Helen. Hope you're having a good night. Hey, Icy, good to see you tonight. Glad you can make it. Good to get you in for an episode live. All right. Hey, Rudy, good to see you, man. Hopefully you're having a good night, Rudy. Hey, Olga, good to see you. Howdy. Purple Lilacs. Hey, Purple Lilacs. All right, let's make sure I got everybody welcomed in here. Oh, Iffy East, good to see you, Iffy East. Hope you're having a good evening. Do I sound sick? Hopefully I don't. Maybe my nose is a little bit, 1 second here. Let me clear my throat real quick. Does that sound a little bit better, hopefully? All right. Steady C, good to see you. Hey, Detective Coaches. Yes, hello, hello, hello. Okay, I think we can get ourselves started. So what do I have for this evening tonight? I have a pretty good selection. Nothing as off the wall as last week. It's going to be a bit more mundane, a bit more typical. I don't have anybody new this week. At least I don't think I do offhand. Yes, so I've got Foodie, who's still in Thailand, still doing her craziness. Apparently she crapped herself the other day. That's something that, I mean, I don't think there's too much detail to discuss on that specific thing, but yeah, apparently she crapped herself the other day. Come on, Foodie, what are you doing? What are you doing? Anyway, I've got a video edit here from Just Sayin. Foodie put out a brand new video today. I've been trying to stay up to date. So yes, we're gonna start off with an edit from Foodie. Then I have a new video from Glitter and Lazers. And I've also got, what's the other thing? Oh, and I have some coverage of Naked and Laughing, Queen Cobra. I know she's left Casper. She's no longer in King Cobra's place, but she's still very much active online. And I think it's interesting to see what's going on with her. Oh, and also I have some current events. Apparently, I normally don't talk much about current events and stuff, but I do a little bit of true crime occasionally. I dip my toes into that. And apparently, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, apparently he was busted with 1,000 bottles of baby oil. That is just so crazy. Like, if anybody's heard about that, that is just, I mean, it's innocent till proven guilty, of course, but that's just the craziest thing I've heard in a long time. Yeah, please don't crap your pants. Don't shit your pants. Hey, how's Hannibal? Welcome in, man. Good to see you. Activate that like button while you still can. Yeah, unless you crap your pants, in which case you should go to the bathroom and wipe. All right, let's get it started up. Let's get started up, shall we?
People are represented by three separate yet equally important groups: the one that creates, the one that views, and the one that just can't help but react. Under Title 17, I am a member of an elite squad, also known as the Special Viewers Unit.
And this is from Just Sayin. I gave a link to her channel, by the way, in the chat. I use a lot of Just Sayin's edits. She has a wonderful channel. Definitely be sure to check her out. And on the subject of channels, also be sure to check out the House of Hannibal, and be sure to check out a Skinny Queen Reacts. I know most of you already checked her out, but that's an awesome channel. I'm a big fan of Skinny Queen Reacts as well, so definitely be sure to give her a look too. All right, so the video started off with Chantal walking out to go get some food, as always. That's apparently the only place she goes now. And this Thailand trip, also, I think she talks a little bit, I don't know if it was in this one or the video just before this one, where she finally gives an explanation for why Salah's not there. And it is such a BS explanation. It's like, well, something came up and it's not serious at the last minute, but it's not a big deal. But yeah, we don't know when it's going to be done. It is so... All right, let's let it go. Welcome in, Nancy. Oh, and I hope the volume is good with Foodie. Let me make sure the volume is, hopefully it's good loud. It's going to start off a little bit quiet here, and it's all sped up too, because that's just, the beginning of the video was all muted anyway. She didn't really show very much. Yeah, this is if anybody wondering why it's like this is basically kind of what the original video was. It was just her showing random flashes of what's going on with the mute button on. I don't know if this was a coffee shop. It looked like a coffee shop.
Sorry guys, there was copyright music playing.
It's very... All right, hopefully I have the volume level good here. If I don't, please let me know. I can adjust it.
So that's why I have you muted.
It's good. Foodie's got a good loud signal for once. And she's also been sick still. Foodie's still been sick, but she's not gotten so sick where she's had to go to the hospital yet. So I've been wrong about that one. We've had no emergency room yet on this Thailand bees so far. Oh, geez, Fiona's mom. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you get some good news tonight. If anybody wants to throw some hearts in chat for Fiona's mom, hopefully she can starts feeling a little bit better soon. That would be very cool for anybody. But yeah, Fiona's mom, you enjoy that lurk and try to feel better.
Oh, welcome. Thank you.
Goodness, that is, wow. Hope everything's okay with Easter.
Oh. Perfect.
Yeah, so Foodie apparently crapped herself the other day. Let's talk about that just a little bit more before she sits down here. I did not actually see the clip where she crapped herself. So if anybody has like a quick link, if they want to post it, I'd be happy to see it, because I missed the actual clip where she did it, but I heard about it. And apparently, I don't know if it was in the theater. Is that why I didn't see the clip? Because I know she went to the movie theater, and I'm not sure if it was allegedly in the movie theater or what, but Foodie, what are you doing to yourself? And if you're crapping yourself, why are you, like, this is apparently the same outfit. It looks to be the same outfit that you were wearing yesterday. So was this one you crapped yourself in? I don't know. We'll see. Baby powder. Is this Puff Daddy anywhere nearby? No, it was the baby oil. Excuse me, not the baby powder. Maybe baby powder too. I don't know what Puffy was into. Or P Diddy. Some of you younger folks may know him as.
Okay.
Well, this is the best look at Foodie's room we've got in a while. How does she fit into that bathroom? Do you folks... Okay, I got to get everybody's opinion here real quick. This bathroom, do you think that it's the filter making it look extra narrow, or do you really think it's that narrow? Because if it's that narrow, Foodie must have... She must have to, like, stand straight forward, like so she can get in between with her shoulders maybe. Because if she stood sideways, she would not be able to squeeze in there.
No, I have to call them. Usually it's like closer to the evening time when they're done their laundry. I only gave it to them yesterday, so. No, I wear this abaya with clean underwear under. I did find a clean pair in my thing. I'm so happy. It's literally my last pair after my shower. I'm like, yes, I feel like $1,000,000. It's literally amazing. I was craving it. And it's just next door. I think this is my Coke.
For Coke, did she get a regular Coke or a Diet Coke? I'm always interested in what Foodie's eating while she's in Thailand, because I'm still wondering if or not she will end up in the hospital at some point.
And I got some pad thai. I can't do the street scale yet, baked Korean. It's humid out there, and it's like, it's already hard to breathe. Like, enough, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe I'll just,
Welcome in, Lady Bo. And apparently Foodie is still sick. She said something about how her whole building is sick. Anybody conspiracy theorists in the audience, do you think that she got the building sick, or do you think it was the other way around? I don't know. I mean, we all joke about Foodie being the super spreader, but I don't think that she really, she's somebody who does not like to leave her room very much. So all jokes aside, I've got a feeling she probably didn't go out too much, and at least if she was out, she wasn't in the hotel too much. So I don't know if I can blame her for that, but maybe I could. just for fun, I'll blame her anyway. I'll say that Foodie's the one who spread all the germs just for the heck of it.
go to a movie.
It does look narrow, doesn't it?
I might go see Beetlejuice.
Agreed.
Pad thai.
She got a sweet Coke. All right, and Foodie's food that she's been getting. I don't have time to cover everything she's done. She's just been putting out so many videos, and some of the, they're okay, some of them, but there's just, I can't cover all of them, obviously. And she did the one where she ate the pasta. She got like this thing of ravioli and garlic bread, and it looked really tasty. And she was complaining about how small it was, but it was not that small.
Good.
So yeah, the quality of the food, the pad thai here, this looks pretty good.
I go see Beetlejuice.
The calories on this, let's see the size of it.
Pad thai.
All right, the size of this thing, 800 calories maybe? I think about 800 calories sounds about right for that. I mean, the size of it. Because it's not that big. But I think Foodie probably eats like 2 of these. She probably eats one of these for camera, and then she eats another one off camera.
Looks good. Sugar?
She's patient zero.
I shouldn't be going out. I know I'm sick. This meal?
Welcome in, Skinny
was a
Queen.
quarter of what the
I
ravioli.
was just giving you a shout out a minute ago. Skinny Queen, Sarah Jade of Skinny Queen Reacts. Definitely be sure to check her out. She has a lot of awesome foodie coverage and some other good content too, definitely.
Really cost. And a huger portion. So weird. You know?
Oh yeah, it's so weird. In Thailand, the food is cheaper than, Thai food is cheaper than Italian food in Thailand. How crazy is that, right? Big old bites with the thing hanging out. Foodie, what do you, the way the big old bites that Foodie's always eating, it's just, if you enjoy the food, why eat so much of it at once? Because you can't really enjoy it so well.
Buttercup. How'd you get so many followers?
Hey, welcome in, Elisa. Good to see you there. And yeah, Foodie looks like she's drinking a regular full sugar Coca-Cola.
I don't know. I'm a weirdo. How'd you get so many followers? Haters make me famous.
Haters make you famous.
I don't know.
Speaking of followers and haters, that lady I covered last week, Vinnie Wellsby, I could not get over how few views she got, or few views she had for the amount of content she's been putting out as a world-known speaker. That was, somebody like Foodie is so much better known, even though I wonder why that is. How somebody like Foodie gets better known. Maybe Maybe because Foodie started out as more relatable.
I'm a weirdo. Big Korean. Okay, but I'm not doing the street thing today, so remind me like every day, but only once. And if I'm better, I'll go.
I love that. Remind me every day, but only once. Only once. And if I'm better, I'll go. Like, you Beezers are getting the... You are definitely come first in Chantal's life. I mean, that's clearly somebody who cares about you right there.
So yeah, I'll probably just go to a movie. I don't have to do much for a movie, just...
Oh, and by the way, for myself, I'm taking a little break from the seltzers. They were out at the store this week, so I just got some water instead. But everybody, be sure to enjoy your water. Be sure to hydrate, and hopefully everybody's doing well with your nutrition, with your exercise, whatever it is. Maybe you're taking a little break, a little time off, treating yourself. That's cool too. But I hope everybody is doing well. And if you haven't done well, let's get back on track. Right? Let's make next week the first week of a good future.
I woke up at like 11 again. Did some
Welcome
things.
in, Lady Nighthawk. Good
I'll
to see you.
shower. Use my new skincare.
Hey, Duddy.
Oh yeah, it's almost
Welcome
five.
in there, Duddy. I don't
This
think
is
I
my
welcomed you yet.
Very interesting, eh? Huge portion for cheap. I'm telling you. The ravioli could never.
Oh, hold on a second. Skinny Queen here with a comment I missed. Oh, that's what Hippie. Okay, Hippie East has Legionnaire's disease, or was that? Did I miss something here? Does somebody have? Is that what Foodie had? I think I missed something in the comments by chat, but all right. Ravioli, give you the forbioli. I like ravioli, by the way. I think it's a tasty pasta.
The coffee doesn't keep me awake anymore. Of course, I changed since I forgot I told you guys about the balcony. Why would I do that? Stay in? I should stay in? I could get popcorn sent here. I don't really feel like leaving.
Foodie's budget is only $40 a day for food, $24 a whole day for hotel, and maybe like another $10 a day for weed. I don't think she has a budget for coke.
It's too bad hippos are murderous. Really? Yeah, Moodang looks like he wants to murder someone. Espresso chocolate milk. Yeah.
We're talking the kind that makes you gain weight, the kind that will cause you to get heavier. The sugar, the not the booger sugar, the diabetic sugar.
The monkeys harass you too, I hear, but I would totally go see them. Yeah.
Oh
really.
wow.
Hi, Seraphim.
I didn't
so
realize it
mean
was
and
that
cute.
dangerous.
Hippos are the deadliest land animals.
702 Rudy.
They're cute.
Well, let me catch up on the chat here. I'm behind,
Sweet.
folks.
So you have nothing on but my skincare today?
Nothing off with her skincare today. Nothing on with her skincare today. Foodie's skin, I think she's been turning up the filters every day and applying more makeup on top, because in this angle it doesn't look that bad, but I know she heavily abuses the filters and it's still kind of red. So I don't know. I gotta get it.
Yeah, no foundation. I know my skin is less red than usual, eh?
Well, welcome in, Bastos.
Hijab. I know Salah always gets on my
Welcome
nerves,
in
gets on
there.
my nerve about that. He says it's hijab. So I probably should stay in, right? I still have germy. I can't be contagious still.
Oh, Elisa, we're gonna have coverage of Now tonight. I finally got some fresh video of her that is not that old. It's only like 2 days old, I think. So hopefully you folks haven't seen it yet. So I do have some Now content tonight.
But I can't breathe very well.
But I have not really seen her in maybe about a week, but she was looking pretty haggard last time I saw her. So yeah.
The only thing I have to wear right now is this abaya and clean underpants, clean undergarments. I should stay put.
Oh, no problem, Nirvana. Good to see you. And is that you in the picture? You are looking very, very strong there. You're looking very muscular. Yes, welcome in. Well, hey, glad you could make it, and hopefully you will enjoy the replay. Thank you for coming in. You know something, Skinny Queen? It's innocent till proven guilty, but he seems guilty to me, right? Like he seems like a real. He seems just like somebody who's up to no good. I mean, and I'll talk a little more about it later because I don't want to get too off Foodie right now, but like just for a moment, Yeah, like I was in shock because when I was younger, I'm old enough to remember back when he was doing the videos with Mace and everything, and I used to look up to that guy. Like I never really made it like doing any music for real, but I used to look up to him and think like, oh man, that guy's a successful music producer and he's an entertainer, and he just seemed like a cool guy. Like I always thought Puff Daddy was cool when I was younger. I know some people thought he was a dork, some people didn't like him, but I thought he was cool. And man, I was so wrong about that guy. Like he seemed like so harmless too. Like he didn't seem like a thug. He seemed like a harmless guy. That's why I was so caught off guard. No, I'm not sick, Fiona's mom. I'm sorry that I do sound. If I sound sick, maybe my throat's just a little rough or something. I feel well.
Yeah, at least maybe another couple days, eh? Maybe I'll stay put in this region until Monday. It's boring. But yeah, I should stay in. I shouldn't go gallivanting when I'm sick. If not, I say Monday because
if Foodie gets such something so serious while she's all the way in Thailand, she is definitely in trouble. I agree with that. You think it's COVID? I mean, she seems to be mostly over it at this point, so it could have been COVID. But I hope that she's. I hope it's nothing serious. Obviously, I don't want anything bad, but. I don't know. I think it still could be that tonsillitis, and if that never really went away, I'm not sure. Hey, no problem, man, and thank you. I will definitely be over there to at least check it out tonight, after I'm done over here. So yeah, man, that sounds cool. Let's see. Oh, Nutty's Deer. I like the refrigerator ravioli. Well, I did until Foodie smacked down that I didn't order this kind of. Nutty, I think you're fighting with your keyboard there. All right. Yeah, I could agree with that, Skinny Queen. She doesn't seem that ill to me. Nal or Foodie, right? The filters ain't filtered enough. Welcome in, Doris. Hopefully you're having a good night. Go to the dermatologist. Go to the car wash on the way to the dermatologist.
Weekends are very busy. I don't like the weekends.
She doesn't like going out on the weekends.
I want to try my best.
Hold on, wait a minute. She's got this mocha drink. Hold on, she's got this mocha chocolate. I don't know if it's chocolate, but she's got like this mocha milkshake drink loaded with cream and sugar, and she's got a Coca-Cola. She's got 2 drinks. What a Foodie! You're double dipping.
On weekends, I want to try my best to do Vlogtober. So I got to plan all that material, but I got to get creative because I won't be in a Halloween-y type of country, you know?
That could be possible.
What does he have to take care of me for? What's he going to do?
Oh, yeah, and Foodie's all excited about getting to celebrate Halloween next month. But they don't celebrate Halloween in Kuwait. How are you going to celebrate it? By yourself? And Nancy, I think that Foodie might need some kind of something. And being serious for a moment here, she always wants to get sponsorship, right? Like that's something that she could really use, something she really needs. So yeah, I will say I have to add that his lawyer was talking about the allegations against him, and apparently there's a lot more men who have been interviewed in relation to this case as far as the sexual activities than women, as far as from the court. I don't have any special inside track, but I watched some videos about it. And apparently his lawyer was saying that almost 50 different men or something have been interviewed as witnesses or have been interviewed during the information gathering process. So that's pretty crazy too when you think about how many men there are involved when we never really heard that about the guy, right? Like, I mean, we'd heard rumors and stuff, but nobody ever really knew for sure what was really going on there. And now that's alleged to be going on as well. So who really knows what's going on with that guy? I mean, that would explain all the baby oil. And allegedly he was giving people IVs. Anybody who's not aware of this, allegedly that they found bags of IV fluid, and they would give. That's what they called the freak off sessions. That's the YouTube friendly way to describe it. A freak off session where he would have all kinds of people engaging in all kinds of sexual stuff and using drugs. And this is all alleged, of course. and then they would give them IV fluids to recover afterward. It sounds like something out of a storybook or a movie. It's almost unbelievable. It's almost unbelievable. But Puff Daddy was always known as a very extravagant type of guy. So if anybody could be into something so crazy, maybe it would be him.
Lay in his lap and he's gonna cuddle me. Like, he's not gonna make me better. I can take care of myself. But if he was here, yeah, he would take care of me. What am I gonna do for Halloween?
Do you think that Foodie, you mean with Foodie going somewhere this Monday? I don't know when she's going to be going anywhere. She's been very indecisive. She's been very vague. Every time anybody tries to get an answer out of her, she always says something like, well, I'm going to stay for a little bit longer. I don't know when.
I don't know. Hear this person coughing? I am cozy. Maybe I just need more rest.
Just needs more rest. All you do is rest, Foodie. You're like a sloth or what like a koala bear. You just lay around all day and eat. And I mean, and by the way, another thing, I don't have the clip, but Foodie said the other day that the reason she's on vacation, and maybe one of you saw this because this clip stood out to me. I wish I had saved it, but there was just so much content she's been doing where she said that the reason why I'm in Thailand is I just want to lay in bed. I just want to rest and eat. And I think she even said smoke. I don't remember if she said smoke, but she basically just said, I want to lay in bed and eat all day. Is that what you want to hear? Fine, that's what I want to do. Something like that, where she just kind of admitted it. It was pathetic. And it's sad in a way. Like, I don't feel bad for Foodie, but I feel bad just to see anybody be so unfulfilled, I think is a good way to put it. It's just pathetic to see any human in that state.
Steroids jack up your sugar? Yeah, I heard that too, actually. You can never win with anything.
Right?
It is gloomy and pouring rain.
That's how I feel too, kind of.
Yeah, I had a steamy shower today. I had a hot shower today. And I coughed up some things.
She coughed up some things in the shower? That doesn't sound good. She coughed up some things? Like what? Like is she so sick that she's been like inhaling? Has she been inhaling food? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe Foodie's not actually sick. Maybe she's just been eating so fast that she's been getting food stuck in her lungs. Like she's been choking the food down so quickly. She's been getting all these bits of pad thai and lasagna and all kinds of and popcorn and all that stuck in her lungs. You've heard of popcorn lung? That's when Foodie goes to the movies and she eats the popcorn too fast and she gets it in her lungs and then she chokes and she spit. Is that possible?
You want to see some pics of the pets?
Popcorn lung. It traveled all the way from Thailand. But more seriously, though, I hope you're all right, Fiona's mom, and I hope that we joke about Foodie, but I hope she's seriously not that ill. I mean, we like to joke and we like to theorize, but all joking aside, I don't think Foodie could be that sick. And my reasoning is this: at her body weight, with all of her problems, with her diabetes and her shortness of breath and all of that, if she had any kind of severe illness, it would have put her in the hospital. At least that's what I'm thinking. I know that there's no guarantees, obviously. Anything could happen. She might be really sick and just doesn't want to show it. Or she might be hiding it or might not even realize it. But I feel like Foodie's not in good health. So if she had a serious illness, she wouldn't seem so happy, even though she is very well medicated. So actually, I kind of take that back. She could be high enough where she doesn't really feel anything.
Yeah. He even pees on FaceTime. Yeah, he goes in his pee corner. No,
I'm so far behind on the chat, folks. I gotta catch up. Okay, I'm pausing this and just gonna catch up on the chat real quick. Bonus soda. I gotcha. Yeah, she said she ordered something different. If Foodie is dropping a number 2, I'm no expert on adult diapers, but as far as I'm aware, I thought they were just like more for liquid type of errors, liquid type of mistakes and stuff. Oh God. Oh, I love your new picture, Elizu. She looks like oh my God. That looks like a vampire in there. Ooh, Skinny Queen with some inside dirt here. I knew someone from making the band, and they told me Puffy was bi years ago. I had heard rumors that he was, but I'm gonna be straight up, and I'm gonna say I've heard rumors that like every celebrity is gay. Like, haven't we all heard a rumor about just about every single celebrity at least once, especially male celebrities? We've all heard at least one rumor about them being gay, and most of them aren't true. But so I mean, although in Puffy's case, he's not doesn't seem to be gay. He seems more to be bisexual. More like a panda. What happens in Kuwait stays in Kuwait. What happens in Canada? Yep. She was going to stay for 90 days? Yeah, detective. She's been all over the place. She has contradicted herself so much with that. I heard somebody talking about that, saying that Diddy has enough money that he could potentially buy himself some protection. But at the same time, a lot of people are not really going to care, and and people could just take his money, you know, because when he's in jail, his money isn't going to go as far. He's not going to have any power to you know what I'm saying? Oh, do you think she has parasites? Yeah. Her chest is thick and stuck. It's the only time anybody called Foodie's chest thick. Oh, she's coughing up parasites. Jesus. Now or Foodie? Or both. Yeah, when you're sick, it's not fun. It's not fun to be away from home when you're sick. I mean, it's not fun to be home either when you're sick, but... oh, that's an interesting theory, Bastos. She coughed up Harry? Coughed out her last bit of her dignity. Ow. Ugh. Well, that would it be small enough to not even notice it, right? All right. Yeah, her oxygen level is not good. I agree. Okay, let's let it run back.
Oh, yes.
No problem, Susie Q. We got a ton of chat tonight. No problem.
I finally moved.
Welcome in.
It's been here this whole time.
Oh, and of course, and as always, if I miss anybody in chat, my apologies. Welcome to everybody, though. If I have missed anybody, welcome to you, and welcome to any lurkers. You are much appreciated. And also, welcome to anybody watching the replay. Thank you so much. And be sure to leave a comment. Let me know what you think about Foodie's predicament. Do you think Salah is ever going to show up? Do you think that he ever even had plans to show up? And what do you think about Foodie crapping herself? Do you think it was like a serious crap, or do you think it was more just like a little bit of an accident? Like I guess that's a bit of a silly question, but hey, if you're watching this show, you're a bit of a silly person. So leave your silly comment. That fountain is so loud. There we go. It's better. You know, this is kind of a slummy view. We've talked about it before. The downtown in the back looks nice, but if you look straight down, it looks kind of slummy.
Oh, it's pouring rain.
Oh, really? Skinny Queen, you really think that Foodie has been wearing adult garments, and that's why she didn't notice the accident that she had? It didn't really seem to bother her? Oh, and here's another look at her bathroom. That does look narrow. I'm interested. I'd be interested to know how she genuinely gets in and out of there. Welcome in, Willie. Good to see you tonight. Yeah, hippies. Here's the allegations for anybody not familiar. The allegations against him are YouTube. I know YouTube doesn't like you to say a lot of different stuff, but allegedly the allegations are trafficking people for, I guess I'll say sexual purposes. I think I could say that. Trafficking, allegedly all of that, but it's supposed to come out in the case, and I don't want to convict somebody without a trial, so I want to hear the full story before I convict him. But if it's true what he's being accused of, it's very really horrible, unpleasant stuff.
Well, this looks okay.
But I don't think she can fit in Foodie's lungs though.
Maybe you're cold as karma for eating the cat cookie from the cat cafe. Lasagna. Maybe it is. I can't believe I ate that cookie. It wasn't good though, but
that makes sense.
Who said I love you?
Oh, here's what I was thinking, by the way, as far as Foodie's visa. I heard that it's an online process. So my guess is that she probably has to leave the country, or she has to apply for it outside of the country, and then she has to wait for it to get approved. And I have a feeling she's just checking online every day to see if it's approved or not. Welcome in, Fandama. Hopefully you're having a good evening. Oh, yes, Hippieista, thank you for reminding me. Everyone, be sure to hit that like button, and please subscribe if you'd like to see more of this content. It's always great to get some more subs in here, and that way, if I ever do a surprise show, you'll be aware of it. Because I have done a few on Saturdays. I don't know when the next one's going to be, but who knows when, right? All accidents matter. Jesus. Nothing is little with Foodie. That's a good point. She probably craps really big. Susie Q, that is actually a sobering thought to think about. Because I remember in the beginning, Foodie used to joke about, oh, I'm going to lay in bed like a seal. But now it's really become like a regular part of her thing, where she doesn't even sit down anymore. She lays down. That's not a good sign. The fart pox.
I don't know, honestly, babe. I feel like you did.
That's a very Fadnama. That is such an interesting theory. I've not really considered that Salah himself might not be able to leave. I just kind of figured, well, they couldn't really afford it, or I figured maybe he didn't want to be with Foodie. Like he just was like, hey, Foodie, I spent enough time with you already. Give me a little bit of vacation time. But that also makes sense because Foodie does not like to let Salah out of her sight. She's very insecure. We know that.
Right? I'm sure. But I probably said it, like I probably answered it.
All right, Denise. I'm glad you said this here because it has to be addressed. It's accidents are an unfortunate thing that can happen to somebody if you're ill, or if you ate something that was really bad. It's possible, but it's the kind of thing that you certainly don't want to deal with, and you hope never happens. And if God forbid it ever does, it's not exactly the kind of thing you want to talk about. Like who wants to hear about that, right? Like why would Foodie even share that? Like she must be really high, or maybe she didn't realize what she said. Yeah, Denise, that's a good point. It's just such a nasty thing to even bring up. Because she said earlier that her, quote, haters make her famous. I think that she really is at the point where she wants attention, and bad attention is better than no attention. That's all.
I love you, obviously. I love you, I love you, I love you. I was live for 7 hours, but it didn't feel like 7 hours. It felt like maybe 2 to 3 hours.
That's an interesting theory.
It didn't feel like a long time. I watched my replay. I don't find out updates. I find out just so tired. My blood sugar.
Welcome in, Dot.
You love my cheeks? Thanks, babe.
That makes sense.
Do you miss pinching them? So we can double.
Does he miss pinching her cheeks? I think the only thing Salah misses is having some extra money some extra gas money to go out at night.
Rage in Cuba, Yanni. We need to do a Cuba rage together, babe. I do miss camel beezing. I miss the camels.
Salah talks some crap sometimes.
Never done. It's boring.
That's one of the things I do enjoy about him.
Do you agree?
Yes, Detective. Thank you. Detective Coaches, thank you. That's something that I've brought up a few times. I don't know why I didn't come to mind earlier, but that's a great point. Foodie does not have a gallbladder. Foodie has all kinds of health problems at this point, from her severe morbid obesity that's gone unchecked for years. And we've often wondered, how does she not have more stomach distress? We've always asked that question. Foodie with no gallbladder, eating constantly all kinds of grease and fats, lots of dairy, lots of other kinds of junk foods and things. I'm not saying dairy's junk food, but she eats lots of junk food. She eats lots of foods that not having a gallbladder would make it more difficult to digest them. And she generally does not seem to have too many problems digestively. But maybe that's finally starting to catch up with her. Maybe it's gotten so bad that she just can't hide it anymore. Or maybe she just doesn't go out very often, so it doesn't really come up that often. Doesn't really go out that often. Doesn't really slip out that often.
Yeah, right, imagine. Be arrested instantly. Never to return. Shubit Sawi, Habibti.
That's interesting.
Shubit Sawi. Shubit Sawi?
I'm sure Salah does not want to go there.
I know it, but I forget. No, I don't think I'll ever have a wedding. It's not important to me. I don't like traditional weddings. Like, I've been to a lot.
I don't think I'll ever have a wedding. It's somebody, I read this in a comment section. This was such a wonderful comment. I wish I remembered the name. I wish I didn't even bother to write down the name, so I can't complain for not remembering it. But whoever said it, you're a brilliant person. They said something, Foodie says, oh, this is private, that's private. She says her marriage certificate is private. Her visa status is private. Even the reasoning behind her vacation, how long she's going to stay, that's private. Everything's private. It's why Salah can't visit. That's private. But she tells us that she crapped her pants. That's public knowledge. It's public knowledge that she crapped herself. That's not private. How does she determine what's private? What is her priorities? What are her priorities?
You know, I don't want like a DJ who plays the same Macarena and like, I don't need a wedding. Maybe a traditional wedding someday. Have a wedding, a Beezer wedding, imagine. Who wants to be the ring bearer? Every wedding DJ plays the same songs. Macarena for...
That's actually a good point. Foodie is always overshared. Ever from her old mukbangs where she would talk about disgusting stories. Sometimes they wouldn't even be her stories, but yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah, Foodie has had some disgusting illnesses over the years. That's what I think it is. I think I have that correct. A lot of greasy poops. Natter, you know, Dot, you are what you eat. And Natter is all about the raw chicken. That's him. Oh, wow. Got my gallbladder out since I was 22 and did not have issues. I think it depends on the person. That's great to hear, Skinny. I know that some people adapt to it really well. So maybe Foodie's one of the lucky ones. Sounds like you've managed to
the window, to the wall. They play that song. I hate that song.
That's actually a lot of great points in the chat tonight. But Foodie with that small bathroom, that small toilet, I'm surprised she hasn't clogged that toilet yet. All I can think is that she might not be using it that much. Maybe that's why she had the accident in the theater. Oh, wait a minute. Foodie? Okay, conspiracy theory time. Folks, let me know what you think of this. And if you're watching the replay, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Does anybody think that Foodie's daily breakfast runs are not just because she wants breakfast, but because she needs to go somewhere with a larger bathroom? That her little bathroom, you know, is okay for maybe using the sink or whatever, but she can't really get in there fully to properly crap, or she can't get in there quickly enough. Maybe if she has time, she can kind of wedge her body in, but it's not really adequate for her needs. So yes, she obviously wants food every morning, but she has a fridge. She could get food and keep it in there overnight, although she probably would eat it before it made it overnight, so that's another possibility. But yeah, I'm just saying that, does anybody else think that maybe she's using her, she makes her daily runs out of the place in the morning so she can have a place to use the restroom that will accommodate her fupa?
He'll be made of honor. Yeah, street scale to the wedding.
That's a good point, Mouse Toes.
I was at a wedding, like the last wedding I went to, I think was Shannon's wedding. I don't remember what the DJ played, but I hate club music. It makes me mad. You can tell them not to play those things.
I pray for the world.
Pump Up
I hope
Kicks was
that
a very popular song.
I'll just say I say a prayer for all of the people experiencing conflict. I pray for peace across the world. I know it's lame, but maybe I'm lame.
Picture all the old relatives at weddings dancing to that song.
Yeah, agreed, Mouse Toes. That's the kind of thing, those kind of passport issues, they don't send people, you know, to other countries to arrest people for that kind of stuff. But if they find you and you're they will absolutely detain you for something like that.
Front with limo driver. Better than staying with the pukers in the back. No thanks. I know. No. I'll probably be back because I have nothing better to do. Because I'm sick. Oh my gosh, Wanda.
Foodie has that cockroach luck where even if there was, like, if a bomb went off, it would miss her. It would hit every room but hers.
I can't remember. 6 more hours. Wow. I can't believe I was on for that long.
Oh, Detective Coaches. We got a whole bunch of folks here with no gallbladder. I'm glad to hear though that it's not as it's not always so bad. I know some people have a miserable experience with it, but I'm glad to hear that you folks have adapted well. And again, Foodie has the devil's luck, so maybe she's one of those folks who, even though with no gallbladder, her body is adapted. And I've noticed here, is this the filter? But occasionally this bit of yellowing that we see on her skin from the filter. Do you think that's the filter acting up, or do you think that's the filter breaking down? Excuse me. I think that's possibly the filter breaking down and letting us see her actual skin tone. Because if her skin is yellowed, that's not a good sign. Spain is beautiful and amazing here. This is a comment that was apparently in her chat. Is Salah actually in Spain? Was that a typo? Huh. Interesting comment. Foodie's mostly
I wasn't
liquid
gone that
crap.
long, eh?
Ugh.
Yeah, it's like 7:30.
Oh my God,
So
Nutty.
early for you guys.
If Foodie is crabbing in the tub, that is Nutty, you should time yourself out for that. That is just too disgusting. Or the
really feel
shower.
sick.
Oh my God.
Just the cough is lingering. Don't worry about it. I do go to the bathroom a lot, but I'm okay.
That's fair. That's fair.
I eat salt and I drink a lot of liquid.
All right, hold on. She's talking about her digestive system here. Not to be gross, but that is what we're discussing.
I don't really feel sick. Just the cough is lingering. Don't worry about it. I do go to the bathroom a lot, but I'm okay. I eat salt and I drink a lot of liquid.
So she eats salt and drinks a lot of liquid. Okay, well, apparently that's the trick.
I got my laundry, but I'm not getting laundry done here ever again. It's like super expensive.
That's okay, Capricorn. That's a fair point. And again, I'm just theorizing, so that makes sense. I just like the idea of it. But that bathroom reverse is so tiny in there. I'm still interested to know how she gets in and out without having to grease the door frame or anything. Maybe she does.
I think they're running out of things to talk about. Well, yeah. Do you
Oh,
picture
thank
them
you,
having
Mouse
an
Toes.
intellectual
You're sweet.
conversation about anything important? Go back for the durian stuff, E? You think I should? It's small. Yeah, of course I miss my home. But it's just
Welcome
that
in,
it's boring
Sherry.
being sick. Like, there's nothing to do.
Sherry C333 Wave. Hope you're having a wonderful evening. Foodie looks so stoned on this freeze frame, and I just want to comment again. Foodie being stoned out of her mind. Yeah, like I've mentioned it before. I don't have an issue if people have a smoke, especially if they're being responsible. But Foodie is getting so darn stoned, and she talks all that BS about how she's this strict, serious Muslim revert, and how her life is different and her culture is different, and she hates everything of which I shouldn't say hates, but she doesn't want anything of Western culture anymore. She dislikes all of that haram culture, and she goes to Thailand because she wants to be able to smoke weed all day. Foodie.
It's restless. And this guy, I can hear him hacking up along all the time. Hi, sunshine. Someone else just
Agreed,
sneezed.
Mouse Toes. It's depressing.
No, cheese and raspberry. Can we poopy soon? I don't know. I feel like I'm no fun. I don't feel like doing anything. I don't
Oh,
feel like-
insulin resistance. That's which symptoms do you think I missed? Maybe I chat behind on the chat, but which Foodie symptoms do you think are caused by the insulin resistance? I'm interested to hear, because I do think she does have insulin resistance.
Into a temple. The only thing I feel like doing is the conjuring thing.
Well, good, Blondie. Hope you're having a good
I
night.
haven't befriended anyone. No. That's
Oh
probably
yes,
really good.
please, and everyone, please like up the
Too
stream
much
if you're
anxiety
enjoying
takes
it.
a lot to do anything. Yeah, I kind of do.
Not a problem,
It's kinda
Sherry. Glad to have you.
That's okay. I don't think she's purebred anything because she's got mixtures of all kinds of things. Like Torty, I see it with the pattern, but her face is a little bit pushed in like a Persian, or like and her eyes are orange like a British short hair or something. Stop sneezing.
Trolling Foodie. I hope he is. I know Salah does have and okay. I was talking about this discoloration here. Now that it's been long enough, I think this Foodie skin might be, if this is her real skin tone showing through, and this isn't the filter acting up or her makeup or something that she's, if this isn't just dirt, if this is her act, that's not good to have that kind of discoloration, that bruising around her eyes. Or even, I hope it's good. I mean, I hope for her sake it's not jaundice.
I don't think he's sleeping right now, but he's busy. Intermittently busy. Hey, Maria. We were video chatting actually just before my live.
Sounds like an actual loving marriage.
So I chose a man, and he's mine forever.
He's your forever. I love she said, I chose him, and he's mine forever. She says that like he's a pet. I mean, to be fair, she does kind of take care of him. So I mean, she takes better care of Salah than she ever did of BBJ.
Hey, George. I can't talk about who I would date and who I wouldn't date because I'm married. So I chose the man, and he's mine forever.
The way Foodie talks about Salah, she talks about him like he's her possession. Does anybody else get that? She talks about Salah like he belongs to her, and I don't mean belongs to her like, oh, that's my husband and he belongs to me, and that's my wife, she belongs to me. I don't mean like that, like in a loving, like possessive kind of way, but I mean more just like she treats him like he's an object, like she owns him.
Hey, George. I've been to 3 malls. That's impressive. Wow. Strawberries
Yeah, I don't see how
and
it could
cream,
happen.
like that. Sounds pretty
From what
freaking
I've heard.
impressive. Listen,
Oh, this is so funny. She says it sounds impressive that she went to 3 malls. I don't know. Does that sound impressive to anybody else? Like if at her weight, if she actually walked the full length of every mall, that would be impressive. But just going to them, just riding a vehicle there, I don't think that's that impressive.
So I chose the man, and he's mine forever. Hey, George. I've been to 3 malls. That's impressive. Wow. Strawberries and cream. When you put it like that, sounds pretty freaking impressive.
Sounds impressive, right?
Listen.
3 whole malls.
The reason I came here is to be alone in a hotel and just do
Oh,
it.
Izu, I've heard about if that, I could totally, 1,000 bottles of baby oil, I could absolutely believe the rest of it at this point. I still have trouble believing that's true. The 1,000 bottles of baby oil. That is just so crazy to think about. Like, I can't even imagine what you would do with that many. Like, I could try to imagine it, but it's just so crazy. Like, he would need to have that many butt plugs and all that other crazy stuff if he was really going to need, I mean, it's just, I hope it was somebody's job. Right? Like, if that's, like, he knows that he could be trolling. That's all I could think of on that. Foodie is rocking those gummies. She is eating them by the bagful. I don't think she's a member of I don't think she's really a member of the Muslim community, but if she was, she'd be an embarrassment. She's an embarrassment as a fake. I'll say it like that. She is an embarrassment in that sense. Oh, hold on, Elizu. That is fat-phobic thinking. That is anti-fat bias. Not binging, thinking that binging is bad. That is all. Yeah, hold on a second here. You need to unlearn that obesity bias, that anti-obesity bias. That's the only way to deal with that, Elizu. Shame on you. But seriously, I'm glad to hear that you're doing your fast, but I'm not glad to hear that your blood sugar is elevated. I actually got a blood test the other day. My blood sugar was quite good, and I eat a lot of sugar, so I'm lucky in that sense. But if your blood sugar's up, you know, just monitor it and just try to do what you can with your diet. I'm sorry to hear that. That's frustrating. You know, if 12 hours is a long enough time, that hopefully it should be going back down. So maybe some medication might be of a doctor, Elizu. Hopefully that they can get that in check for you. Though she really doesn't seem to know any of that stuff. Oh, the side of insulin resistance. Oh, thank you, Olga. No, I get you. And I'm not a doctor either. Let me put that in the chat. I'm not a doctor either. I just think it's a funny joke to call myself Dr. Phil. But yeah, she has always talked very possessively about that. I'm glad you're able to keep it down, but I feel for you that you have to keep your carbs that limited. I'm sure. I mean, you don't. After a while, you don't miss them so much, but it's nice to be able to not have to worry about that. But thankfully, at least that's working though, right? Probably would. Foodie's allegedly has teeth problems. Oh, you've also insulin resistance. Yeah, that's no fun. But hopefully they can help you with that a little bit. Yeah, he is bought and paid for.
Want. Okay? Yeah, I love 90 Day Fiancé. It makes me laugh.
She likes 90 Day Fiancé. I don't know.
You know the most pathetic, well, the couple I can't stand is Sarper and that other girl.
Yeah, Hannibal
both
runs
freaking
late.
have the
He
worst
runs like all
plastic
night.
surgery I've ever seen.
You gotta have your coffee
Yeah,
to
I
stay up
said
with
it.
that guy.
I gotta put all my clothes away. I just stayed around here because I'm sick. I was gonna go to the movie, but no. I should
Get that exercise though, at least.
Here's how I'm feeling. Mostly better.
Oh, remember Foodie claimed to be eating those 15 milligram gummies? And she showed those 15 milligram gummies to the camera? She is not eating 15 milligram gummies. Foodie is getting so loaded, she's barely able to stay awake. She's passing out from the amount of THC she's eating. I don't know exactly how much she's having, but she's having a lot. As somebody who's consumed THC over the course of their life at various points, I have not been knocked out like that unless I was really, really smoked out. Like, you don't get knocked out like that off a little bit.
I know people think I should go to the doctor, but
Yeah, exactly.
I think
She's
it'll
loaded.
be all right for now. If it doesn't improve and gets like worse, then yeah. I don't really know what to talk about. I'm just existing right now, honestly. Can you imitate Julia's zoomies? Yeah, she just. I don't know.
Oh God, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at Chantal right there. What the heck was that? Now I'll say this. Some people don't like when Chantal acts silly. I think that's the one thing she does that I find endearing. When she does her little silly animal faces and stuff. If out of everything she does, it's one of the few things she does I think is kind of funny.
Honestly. Can you imitate Julia's zoomies? Yeah, she just. I don't know. I can't sit and focus on a movie usually. Yeah, I find it hard unless I'm with Salah. If we watch a movie together, like I just have so much in my mind right now to. I don't know. I have so much.
That's a bad. You know what, Mouse Toes? That's something I gotta. That's a bad habit of mine. I tend to use. I always forget that it's visible. I gotta keep it off to the side.
And I'm just like procrastinating and procrastinating.
I'm sorry about that. I gotta keep it off to the side.
Yeah, I need to focus. Like what? There's so much about my life I don't tell you guys.
Oh no problem, Hannibal. And that is absolutely fine. And hey, on nights when it's good to have something to watch when you're up at night, right? Like there's nights where I'm up late. I will come by, I'll watch a replay or something. If it's the middle of the night, lurk for a minute.
I have to do. So I just don't ever want to do it, or I just can't organize my time right. Nah. This paperwork stuff, just swear to God, we do a little each day.
Yeah, she is. I think in the villa she had higher tolerance, but yeah, she did not get that high there. Like I don't think she was able to at that point though.
There's just a lot of stuff I got to take care of. Yeah, right, Laura. Like you just have to sleep, and maybe it will magically get done. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, I know it won't, but. Isn't this such a weird concept?
It's impressive, Olga. It's impressive. 50. Wow, that's a pretty strong reaction you had there. Hopefully it doesn't. I mean, hopefully it doesn't affect you quite so. I mean, we'll definitely don't take that if that's doing that to you there. Yeah, Foodie must be taking a lot more. Even I can only imagine what she's taking. But she used to take what 500 milligrams at a time. So I think she's probably taking about that much now.
Chatting, like I'm talking to like a phone, and there's like. Tons of people on
wow.
It's interesting, like, you know.
I forgot they were so much. Home. I thought they were like half.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to stay up longer or if I'm going to go home. I don't have answers for you.
Well, you know, detective, I think it's because that she didn't bother to change her diaper after the other day in the theater, and the flies tracked her home.
It's serious, but don't worry, it's nothing major. Well, it's kind of hard not to bring, like, I'm not bringing it up. It's just you guys are going to wonder why I'm, like, you know, why I'm here, etc. And tuna guacamole salad for dinner. Okay, nice. That's something I would eat.
Thank you, Blondie. That's a good point.
My eyeballs look stoned.
Your eyeballs look stoned? I love how she opens up her eyes in response, like, see, look at them. Look how not stoned they are. Like that. Oh yeah, Foodie. Sorry. Whoops. Didn't realize. Yeah. Let's hear this response real quick.
Nice. That's something I would eat, but healthy. My eyeballs look stoned. I don't know. She's always in love with someone. Well, being in love is a nice feeling.
That's, by the way, that's what Foodie looks like without the filters, just so you know.
I don't know, strawberries and cream. I don't collab with people. I don't have a good reputation. Like, there's no point.
Oh, Nal was on...
Which I'm totally fine with, whatever.
I thought Nal's Instagram or whatever she was on got terminated. I didn't realize that she was still... I never even know where half of these people are streaming. I gotta be honest, I'm not that good at this.
But I'm just saying that's practically like, you know...
Ooh, that's a good point.
A lot of
that
things
could be at Nal's place.
And I just don't give a care to be popular. Whatever, who cares? I'm too messy for that.
That's a good point, Blondie.
Nothing. I never said I had to do paperwork. So...
She never said she had to do paperwork. I don't think Foodie has to do paperwork at all, and I think that's a loophole she uses to kind of like, she likes to do her little lies of omission when she's misleading people. And I think she's doing an online visa renewal. So technically, she's not doing paperwork, right? She gets away with that. And yes, whether it's insulin resistance or what, Foodie's skin is discolored. And considering the amount of makeup she's been plastering on, it's troubling that her skin would be so discolored even with all of the makeup and filters.
7-Eleven for munchies. I don't know. It's all junk there. It's all junk. Hamburgers in a bag, wieners in a bag. They toss them in the microwave.
Hamburgers in a bag, wieners in a bag.
No. All they have is a couple fruits and some yogurts. They don't have salad. Not every 7-Eleven is the same. Yes, I really, really love Salah. Believe me, like if I didn't.
Nal has been wild. I actually have an edit of Nal, some of her or one of her better streams that's not too crazy to put on. Doesn't have too much wild content. I'm going to be putting that up in just a little bit. Hopefully, it's a good one.
Love him. I wouldn't be around. Like that's really important. Santa said there are healthy options. Santa said this has that many calories. Santa says. I couldn't eat it. There was some fruit and veg, but it's like salad from 7-Eleven. I don't know. I've never had one. I never saw like a nice big salad there. I swear. I wanted a salad at one time. Long time ago.
Foodie says she wanted a salad at 7-Eleven, but she couldn't find one. I'm calling BS on that. Foodie, you did not want a salad from 7-Eleven. And if they do have salads there, first of all, if you wanted a salad that bad, why can't you just go someplace else and get it there? Why do you have to, they don't have salad at 7-Eleven, so I guess I can't get a salad.
I used to walk with, I think it was Shin, and we used to go after the bar to 7-Eleven, and they had hot dogs.
Oh,
nachos.
Okay. That's an interesting theory. Foodie's oxygen is off.
Ballpark nachos and the big pickle. I want a big pickle.
That is fantastic, Skinny Queen. Skinny Queen reacts. Cheers in the chat. If anybody wants to throw some love in the chat for Skinny Queen. I know Olga's doing really well on her diet. I know a few people here. Elise, who's been rocking. Hers has been more for health reasons, but everybody here has been doing well in their nutrition. Detective Coaches. I don't want to start singling y'all out, but I know there's so many people in here who've done fantastic. So yes, everybody in here, give yourself a pat on the back if you've been doing well, and if you haven't, you've been struggling a little bit, well then don't be too hard on yourself, right? We got to pick it back up though and keep working, and don't be hard on yourself, right? We all slip up too. So regardless of where you are, just know that you're worth it, and it's worth taking care of yourself, and the results, the benefits from it, they're worth it in the end. They absolutely are. So give yourself that self-love. We talk about self-love sometimes, and self-love is not filling your face with junk food. It's not going out to bars. Self-love is treating your body right, treating yourself right, and treating people around you well will reciprocate that in the end, I believe. So yes, Skinny Queen, you rock. And like I said, everybody in here who's taking care of themselves.
I didn't soil myself again, and I was clean about it.
Okay, she finally responds to okay, so this is a response. Somebody in the chat asked her about her crapping herself. Well, I'm going to slow it down because I want to get the full effect on this one. This is the highlight of the night. Yes, I am that interested in crappy reality TV that I'm going to replay this clip of Chantal talking about her bowels. But let's do it.
I'm sick. It's not my fault. I'll just go to the ballpark nachos and the big pickle.
Nachos and a big old pickle.
I didn't soil myself again, and I was clean about it. I'm sick. It's not my fault.
Okay, we got to deconstruct this now, and I know this is petty, but this is the content that makes it so hard to look away. That Chantal discloses these kind of details. Chantal, if you're going to disclose this information to us, we're going to discuss it. There's just no other way. How can we not, right? Okay, let's hear this again.
In the big pickle. I want a big pickle.
Well, you're not getting one from Salah anytime soon.
I didn't soil myself.
Did not soil myself. Okay, statement A. I did not soil myself.
Again. And I
Again, implied that she's never done it before.
was clean about it.
And I was clean about it. Okay, so I did not soil myself again, and I was clean about it. That
I'm sick. It's not my fault.
I'm sick. It's not my fault. Foodie, it's your fault. You went to you've been sick and you chose to go to the theater. You chose to go out knowing you were sick, knowing you had stomach problems, knowing you had no way to get home, knowing that you couldn't get to a bathroom in time if you did get ill. How many times have we talked about this? And I mean the reaction channels and the people in chat and all of you folks. How many times have we said this? That Foodie talks about how she goes traveling at her immense weight. Glitter and Lazer is another one who loves to talk about how she travels despite being over 500 pounds. Once you get to that size and you can't reliably get to a bathroom, you can't use every bathroom, things like crapping yourself become an unfortunate possibility. It's nothing to laugh about either. It's unsanitary, it's disgusting, it's embarrassing, and nobody wants that to happen. Nobody wants to be around that. Nobody wants to be around somebody who can't control their bowels. So for Foodie to go out knowing that she might not be able to, yeah, Foodie, at this point it is your fault. And I understand anybody can get sick. But this doesn't seem like a consequence of being ill as much as a consequence of Foodie being too big to get to the bathroom. That seems to be what the real issue is here. It's not that Foodie was sick. It's that she's too big to get into the darn bathroom in time. So there we go. Okay, let's catch up on the chat now. See what you folks have to say. The last friend Foodie stabbed in the back was Pete's. Yeah, she's never respected Pete's, so he's treated him like crap. I'm sorry, Fiona's mom. I know you mentioned that you've been having trouble, that you've been losing more weight than you've wanted to, and that's tough. I mean, hopefully it'll pass. I mean, one thing about hair is it usually comes back. I know that sometimes sometimes it doesn't, but usually if it's something like nutrition, once you get that nutrition back to where you want it to be, it should start coming back. So fingers crossed. That's something that hopefully you will not have to deal with for long. Prayers for you, Fiona's mom. Hopefully you're doing, hopefully you can get some good news there. Yeah, hugs, Fiona's mom. Hopefully you're doing a little bit. Hopefully you'll get some good news. Wow, Jamie Carpenter's out. Oh, wow, that's big news. Congratulations, Jamie. I'm so happy for you. I don't know what your current situation is exactly with your health, but I hope that is going to be the beginning of a new chapter for you. I had lap band surgery a long time ago. I felt it was a good procedure. I think it was overall a net positive for me. Afterward, I gained back some of the weight. I've since lost it again. But overall, I think it was the right choice. I hope that you have excellent results. I hope everything just works out positive for you, Jamie. And I believe that it will. It sounds like you have a good attitude. And if you've been approved, then it sounds like your doctors feel like you're a good candidate as well. So I prayers for you, Jamie. I think this is going to be a really good step for you. So yeah, anybody, if you want to give some hearts in the chat, some hugs in the chat, some prayers in the chat, whatever you want to give for Jamie and anybody else, for Fiona's mom, anybody else who's dealing with something either good or bad but serious, that'd be much appreciated. But that's awesome, Jamie.
I'll just go to the loo now. Sure, Chantal.
Well said, Capricorn. She hasn't done it again, right?
Something flew in my eye when I was in the washroom.
Something flew in her eye? Was it my pointer? No, the eyes crossed in the freeze frame. I love these freeze frames. I know that these don't actually mean anything, but they give me a laugh.
Like, what the heck?
Okay, there's flies in her toilet in her bathroom. Is she sure the fly didn't follow her in? Thank you, Susie
Yes, I
Q.
wash my hands.
Yes, mouse toes. Squat toilet. I know they have those in parts of Asia as well. Anybody who's not familiar, a squat toilet is the kind that there's no bowl to sit on. It's just like a not a ditch, but it's like a trying to think of the right word for it. A device, I guess we'll say, in the ground with like drain in it, and you just have to squat over it. And it's for people who are unfamiliar with it, it can be awkward, but you have to have some leg strength to do it, safely and cleanly, because you obviously don't want to fall in, and you have to be able to squat. So yeah, Foodie is not able to use that type of a facility, and that's a bit more difficult than a Western toilet. But still, when you're traveling, you do not want to have difficulty any more than what's necessary due to your health. Obviously, if somebody has health issues, but you want to reduce. Let's say it like that. You want to reduce any difficulties you're going to have around using the restroom as much as possible, because when you travel, there's no guarantee on the conditions of the restroom.
I did get my laundry back, yeah.
Is this more food, or is this more makeup? Foodie has just been piling on the makeup and the food. The more she eats, the worse her skin gets. The more makeup she puts on, the worse her skin gets, but the more she can ignore it.
But I had to pay for it. I thought they were just going to let me pay at checkout, but nope. I had to pay for it like ASAP.
Have some coffee, Dot, if you can.
So, I paid.
Oh, I'm happy for you, Fiona's mom. I try to keep this a positive place. I know we talk about some depressing stuff sometimes, but I always try to do it in a way where there's some humor. Try to keep it positive. I think that's good for people. I know it's good for me. I have a lot of I love that this is just some place where we can relax and have some fun.
Brought me my clothes, but
it could be.
I hope I don't have to get my laundry done again before I go home.
That's where they lay the eggs.
Oh.
Right, Jamie? I mean, imagine. I mean, getting. I mean, fruit flies. Fruit flies can happen if you have a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables, because even in a grocery store where they do everything they can to keep them clean. It's just fruit flies can happen sometimes. But if you're in a hotel room, how do you stay in a hotel room long enough to get fruit flies? I mean, she's been there for a few weeks now. I mean, at least I hope they were fruit flies, because if she's getting other kinds of flies, that's disgusting.
My knickers.
That's a good point, Christy. And welcome in, Christy. Christy Claw, hopefully you're having a good night. I have heard that, Detective. I have not used one myself, so I couldn't really remark. Yeah, no way. She could not. She couldn't hold her weight for half that.
No knickers.
She's the queen of the flies. The lord of the lady of the flies. They clean her room almost daily. She puts the do not disturb sign on. At least this is what I heard last from Foodie, that she puts on the do not disturb sign, but then they basically come in every 2 or 3 days anyway, because they have to, they want to get the room clean. They're not going to let you mess it up.
We're not going out. I'm just putting a bit of something flew in my eyeball when I was in the bathroom. I'm like, what is that noise?
I don't get it either, Susie. And Foodie just keeps putting on more. She just keeps layering it on. Like, how many layers deep do you think it is? Because she's not washing regularly. So what she does is she gets all sweated up. She puts on a layer of makeup. She sweats half of it off, puts on another layer of makeup, sweats half of it off, she's got to be like 7 layers of makeup and sweat at this point. Welcome in, Big Easy. Hope you're having a good night.
You can never give your underwear for strange people to watch.
Ooh, that makes sense, Dot. That makes a lot of sense.
I thought of that actually, Millie. I was like,
she really doesn't. Ugh.
Might be a fruit
That's
fly.
true. She did flood the place.
I'm not taking you out anywhere right now.
What I'll tell you, I've never tried to put on any makeup, so I couldn't say for sure. But it looks, I'd be scared to put on mascara. Put that bristle brush right next to my eye, I would get nervous. I'd be worried that like I would twitch and I would get it. Like I would not be able to. I would probably just, yeah. Like I would get nervous. I mean, though I did wear contact lenses for a while, but I don't know. It just feels like that bristle brush would feel. I'd be scared that I'd scrape my eye.
There's no way. Totally. Like, for real.
That's right, Jamie. Foodie doesn't really wash her hands either.
Hi, Rosalia.
And I also know that using a makeup brush is better than just putting your finger in or using your finger to apply it. But you got to clean those brushes, because if you keep putting that brush back in there, that same dirty brush, it's gonna eventually get contaminated and it's gonna become like a pot full of bacteria.
How are you? You bought tinted chop? My eye, something really flew into it. And I don't know what.
Foodie does everything backward.
I seem sad? No, I'm not sad. I'm just chill. I did not use my other bath bomb, no.
The only bath bomb that Foodie has is the one she drops herself.
I did not. But I don't know. I think I'm going to save it for a special occasion. I don't know. You use it and it's gone. Money down the drain. Who's embarrassed me? About what? I don't easily get embarrassed, by the way. Do you worry about your mobility? Yeah, I do.
Do you worry about your mobility?
Are we getting
I love that answer. Do you worry about your mobility? Yeah, I do. Next question. Foodie, you worry about your mobility. Oh, and speaking of mobility, I saw a picture Kidney J put up. Shout out Kidney J. I saw a picture she put up of HFC and Nico Cotto from a few years ago. And HFC's, I guess the only way to describe it is somebody in the comments called it her belly apron. It was sitting on her knees. That looked so uncomfortable. And just when you talk about mobility, I think about Foodie, and I remember when she said that she couldn't use the walker because she would hit her fupa with her knees. And I'm just thinking to myself, that is such a, I would not wish that on anybody, to be so, to have your body be such a cage for you at that point. That's miserable.
Today. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Honestly, I need at least 4 to be satiated. They're so freaking, they're so small.
4 of what? 4 trays of lasagna?
Are we getting ravioli today? I don't know.
Yeah, the ravioli. The plate. First of all, that was not a small ravioli. It's just that Foodie is so used to getting family sizes. I remember somebody in the chat said that already, but yeah, Foodie is used to getting family sizes, and we're used to seeing family sizes of food in front of her. So seeing a normal size portion looks absolutely tiny. But even for the size, I'd say that was probably 700 calories of ravioli because it looked very dense. It had cream sauce. It was 800 calories maybe, and there was so much. And there was a lot of garlic bread. There was at least 4 or 5 slices of that garlic bread, and it was greasy enough to soak through the bag. She had a soda pop. So Foodie, even on a little meal, she's clocking well over 1,000 calories, even on her little snacks.
Thinking about it. Honestly, I need at least 4 to be satiated.
4 raviolis.
They're so small. Get jacked. I will. You'll see. I'm gonna be jacked one day. I know you don't believe it, but.
Good evening, Laura and Lou, by the way. Welcome in. And I hope that they are not. But I mean, just to be real for a second. She had nowhere to wash them, so if she threw them away, Detective used to be a goth. I was never a goth, but I did used to listen to some Marilyn Manson back when I was younger. My nose is a little bit stuffy, actually. I don't think I'm getting ill though. I think maybe it's just a little bit of pollen. She's got 20 chins, 80 eyebrows. She was a groth. That's a good point. Foodie's hands and her hands are not large. They're fat, like they're thick. But I get what you're saying though. Hey, I always appreciate a new viewer, Fiona. Fiona's mom.
But I don't mind chilling alone. Not like this long though, but when I'm home, I need to be a wifey. I do love documentaries.
She needs to be a wifey. Okay, Foodie. Now, I don't like to play this game normally, but let's pretend for a second. If Foodie is really married to Salah, we know she's not, but let's say she is. What does she mean being a wifey? What does Foodie do that a good wife would do for her husband? And I'm not trying to insist anybody has to have any kind of relationship. Everybody's free to have whatever kind of relationship with their husband and wife that they want. But what kind of, but just speaking now about Foodie and Salah, what does she do that a good wife would do for her husband? Does she do anything? All she does is boss him around and tell him to get food. And maybe give him some scraps off the table. Let him play with their Julia or Harry. Not it.
All right, okay. What do you think, babe? Love documentary part 2.
Yeah, another love documentary. She gives him someone to make love documentaries about. Oh, you're old school goth detective. That was before my time.
It's weird and lonely in a way that I can't describe. Well, I'm not sleepy.
Capricorn used to be stylish. Capricorn, but I have a feeling Capricorn is still stylish.
Many friends that I keep in touch with off of line. But I do have a couple, but mostly I communicate mostly with my mom, like my family, and Salah. And
I love that she remembered that. She's like, oh well, I don't really have a lot of friends. I mostly communicate with my family, my mom. Oh, and Salah, yeah, my husband. The only time Foodie talks to Salah is in a chat when she does her lives, which is pitiful. Why? What is even the point of having him in the chat? He's more of a moderator than a husband at this point.
Yeah, I have a small circle.
That's okay, Elise. Fair enough. Fair enough. If that is a good wife will give her husband money. A good husband will give his wife money. All right, that's one thing, I guess. But in this case, it feels more like a payment. But I get what you. But.
I just have like trust issues.
No, that's it. That's all Foodie does. She does nothing else.
Really iffy and risky. No, Sansa does not know if there's cheese at 7-Eleven because there's precisely 0 cheese.
Huh? Okay, Sansa does not. Okay, just for anybody not aware, Sansa Cooks is a channel that reacts to Foodie. Does a pretty good channel. She covers a lot of what Foodie eats, and this she's talking now about apparently Sansa said something about their Foodie getting cheese from 7-Eleven, and Foodie just said they're all out of cheese. If they're out of cheese, it's because you ate it all, Foodie. They had a lot of cheese there before you got there.
You don't think I've looked for cheese? High and low?
So Foodie's telling on herself. I think she's trying to make a joke, but she's being honest. Apparently, they are sold out of cheese at 7-Eleven. She's eaten all of the cheese. Let's let him play this again, because I know it's crazy to say this, but that's what she just said.
Salah, and yeah, I have a small circle. That's for sure. I just have like trust issues, so to meet strangers for me is like really iffy and risky. No, Sansa does not know if there's cheese at 7-Eleven because there's precisely 0 cheese. You don't think I've looked for cheese? High and low?
I think Foodie is trying to play this off as a joke, but I seriously do not. I don't think she's joking. I think she's dead serious. I think she really has eaten all of the cheese in 7-Eleven.
If I don't have cheese at least every other day, I freak out. I love cheese. Cheese withdrawal.
Mouse Toes, I don't think Foodie ever. I mean, she did used to. There was a time she did, but it's been a while now. Since she's really had many. I think that most of her paying members were gift subs from people like No Name and who was the other one? There was like one other person there, but I think No Name is Salah. So yeah, Foodie treats her beezers poorly. I'll say I want to add that in too. I don't take joy in seeing people do poorly or anything like that. But Foodie does not treat her beezers well. And if she doesn't respect her beezers, why should they be members? She doesn't respect them. When they ask her questions, she blocks them. She says she cares about what they say, but if they ever disagree, she blocks them. She goes off on them. She insults them.
Oh, for sure. Ow, I just cracked my shoulder. My shoulder just cracked
Well,
itself.
hey, at least you got your own style, at least.
I'm ceiling.
She keeps it in shape.
My cough has improved, Sway.
Right? He has to get her all her food.
I love Colombian food.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I've
Sansa's,
ever-
it's Tyler that she knows what she's talking about here. And for Foodie to be talking all that smack, that if Foodie is complaining, that means that she's right. I mean, I don't know for sure, but Foodie is the kind of person where if you call her out and you're right, she's going to say that you don't know what you're talking about. So if she says Sansa doesn't know what she's talking about, that means Sansa must be correct. I'm assuming.
Eaten any, but it looks really good. Yeah. Uh-oh, babe. Careful. Come back to Earth.
Ugh. Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm hungry. Can you imagine? You think so?
Yeah, that's who buys the subs. Pure bees. Or per bees.
Everyone thinks you're in Spain, babe.
Everyone thinks you're in Spain, babe. Well, that's what you wrote in the chat, Salah.
My eyes look different? No. With the Alhambra. Yes, babe. I'm good. I'm just chilling out, guys. I'll be right back.
Exactly, Christy. If you disagree, you're a hater. You're not a good beezer. Look how much trouble she has just getting up. I think we got to see this again because this is sped up. I'm going to put this at regular speed. Look at Foodie just trying to stand. This is somebody who is constantly eating 2,000 calorie meals like it's nothing. Family-sized meals like it's nothing. Just standing up is a chore. And Foodie is in denial when she says that she doesn't have
I'll be right back.
serious mobility issues. Look at this. Look at that. That is not normal. That is not how you stand up. Sure, she has to shift her body weight. She has to lean over to the side to try to get her gravity over so she could start tipping over to the side so she could use that momentum to get her up. Look, first she has to build up inertia to then get enough momentum to get herself out. I hope that I'm using the correct terminology. Probably not. But she has to build up enough force, enough velocity. Okay, I have no idea what I'm talking about as far as the physics words. But she has to build up enough of it. You get what I'm saying. She has to lean. Look, she leans over, leans, shifts her body weight. Now she can get up. And then she waddles really slowly. And this is not muted. This is just the lack of volume. Oh, there's the AC. You can see the AC up there. That's the AC vent. Oh, and by the way, everybody, if you're enjoying the show, please leave a like. And if you'd like to see more of this content, please click that subscribe button. And anybody watching the replay, thank you so much to all of the lurkers, all of the commenters, all the mods, you folks rock, and anybody watching the replay. You're very much appreciated. Thank you for spending this time with me as your host.
There's no hold music. Yes, I washed my hands. They're still a bit wet.
Oh, wow. When Foodie zooms in, you can see her skin, for real. Look,
Yes, I washed my hands. They're still a bit...
you can see her skin texture a little bit better here, and it's not looking good. Why she just keeps layering on more and more makeup instead of washing her face makes no sense. And why did she bring the hat with her if she's not going to wear it? We all want to see her wear the silly hat.
wet. Oh, that's better.
That's not better. That's much worse. That lighting is absolutely terrible.
Yeah, kind of, babe.
She's got a regular Coke right here. She's not even trying to hide it.
Yeah. I haven't ordered anything just now. No.
And again, Foodie's mobility again here. She can't even adjust herself in the bed. She has to do that thing where she leans over to get enough momentum to shift her body weight. Look.
Yeah. I haven't ordered anything just now. No.
Oh, and that's why we love you, Eliza.
I haven't ordered anything, but I kind of want popcorn.
She does have to do that like a walrus thing with the momentum, yeah.
I don't know.
If there's
Popcorn.
anything left at all at this point.
Hungry.
Oh, thank you, Lauren Liu. I don't know that people with trust issues could also pick up a random pipe at a stranger's house and smoke the drugs inside of it. Very, very good point. Trust issues. And she flew all the way across the world to marry, quote, marry Salah. Trust issues. She tells her audience, which includes people reacting, not all fans, that she pooped herself. But yet she's scared to, admit anything because of her trust issues. It's a good thing she's down that 11 kgs, right, Detective? She claimed to be 160 kgs the other day. 160. My hands look like Skeletor compared to her, and I do not have bony hands normally. I'm glad. I wish she'd wear it more, though, to be fair. Foodie's food budget, by the way, $40 a day. Does that sound like a lot? Her hotel budget is $24 a day. She spends almost double what she spends on her hotel for food.
Like himself. A ravioli sandwich with the garlic bread. You guys can see me in general, right? You know what I mean? A freak off party. What is that? I don't party. I don't party anymore.
A lot of what, Susie?
Yeah,
Clothes? Food?
No. Just having a cool time with you guys. I don't know what I'm going to have, but I'm hungry now.
It does look like it, Fatnava.
No, I'm not getting a salad.
Not getting a salad.
Screw that noise. Nuh-uh.
Oh, that makes
More
sense
drink?
why she adjusted the light.
Uh-uh. Oh my gosh, like fresh, hot, crisp onion rings with ranch dip. Oh my gosh.
Fresh onion rings with ranch dip. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I know some of you folks like ranch. It's okay to be bad once in a while. But seriously, ranch on onion rings. That is just such a fat person food. Like to have onion rings and then put ranch on top. Like onion rings are already bad enough. Like if you're gonna get onion rings, all right, you're treating yourself, get the onion rings. But don't put ranch on top of onion rings. That's just like extra grease on grease. That is just so unhealthy. If you're gonna have onion rings once in a while, don't put ranch on top too. I'm just gonna say that. Like try to save the ranch for the salad.
Blue cheese ranch dip. And some hot sauce.
Foodie is looking
I'm sorry.
bad. Agreed, Elisa.
I'm not slurring my words.
Yes, you are slurring your words.
No. I don't want to waste money on a salad. You're not gonna go to bed, you're gonna order.
You know something, Elisa? I never even thought of it like that. But that's actually Foodie is too egotistical. That's her problem. Foodie is too proud. Because if she wasn't so darn proud, she probably could have just married some old guy who didn't mind who didn't mind, having a mobile walrus for a wife, and that would have worked out much better. But instead, she wants a younger guy. She wants he's not younger than her, but she wants a guy who's not bigger than her and older than her, and she just, Foodie's dug this grave for herself.
Off camera. I won't. Don't know what I want to order though. I could probably come back after I get my food.
Yes, Lainey, she is totally wasted.
I just don't know what I want, so I have to research.
She should have.
I know that's weird, but it's true. I don't know where my phone case is. After you eat your food, which food you sneaky freak of nature?
Salah called her out. She said, after you eat your food, which food, you sneaky freak of nature? I love when Salah calls her out and cracks on her. I wish that he would do it more often, but I'll settle for this occasional snark.
Nothing.
I'm sorry, Blondie. I know some of you like
Nothing.
ranch.
Nothing.
Elizu's taking a line in the sand on this one. Ranch is one of those love it or hate it things. I can appreciate that some people like ranch, but it's just so darn unhealthy. It's like mayonnaise. It's just one of those things that just adds so much fat to everything. And if you really love it, having it once in a while is not so bad, but don't make it like a regular thing.
Freak of nature. No.
That's Foodie being yourself right there.
I'll call you video and be on the line while you're ordering your food. No frickin' way. I'm just joking. Okay,
Groovy sauce. What's in that? I've not tried that.
Phil wants you to make smart choices. Yeah, he really does. Go to bed, girl. Get rest. Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of tired, babe. I'm just gonna rest. Thank you.
It would
all
be.
of you here. Yeah.
Well, that's what Salah likes about her. He likes that freaky-ish.
Means a lot, and I'll see you next time. You too, Teardrop, everyone. Bye.
Okay, that is our foodie coverage. Okay, so that took longer than I thought. We ended up running a little bit long on foodie, but we're still going to cover. We still got some more good stuff tonight. I got to cover glitter and lasers next. So let me cover glitter and lasers, and I think I'm going to try to have that should not be too long tonight actually, because her video was not that interesting. So let me put on the ticker. Hold on a second here. I love my picture for tonight. I thought this was great with the doctor there. All right, let me pull up the glitter and lasers vid. And I don't know if we're going to watch the full thing, but I want to watch at least a good chunk of this. So let me pull this up here. I got this shared. All right. 1 second. All right, so glitter and lasers, for a little bit of introduction. Glitter and lasers just had her second liposuction on her legs, and she's actually gained weight, according to what she said, which is hard to believe. 2 liposuctions, gaining weight, but according to her, she's not actually trying to lose weight. So she's getting liposuction because she has pain from lipedema, and the liposuction is the only way to get rid of the lipedema fat, which is causing her pain. It is not cosmetic, according to her, and it is not for weight loss, according to her. She has always denied having lymphedema. Glitter and Lasers has always said that her problem is purely lipedema. She does not have obesity. She does not have lymphedema. Right? I could have swore that's what she was saying up till very recently. Well, apparently, now she does have lymphedema, and she is getting lymphatic drainage massage. Let the massage therapist explain some of it.
Right now, we're kind of squeegeeing the fluid that sits just below the surface of the skin. And we're kind of guiding it towards the lymph nodes in.
And I don't know if I can watch like this whole thing because I do not want to see Anna get massaged like a roast.
The hip here.
So this is one of the parts of this process that you really need an expert for, because the bandaging process is no joke and it's really important to you feeling better.
Agreed, Mouse Nose.
The reason I wanted to have you on camera today is because you've been a huge part of my journey. And
okay, first thing, I previewed some of this video. Okay, first thing I want to say. This lady comes across as very professional, the massage therapist woman. She comes across as very professional, very serious about this stuff. Anna seems like somebody who just wants to make friends. That's the impression I get. That this lady is trying to promote her business, doing the massage, and she's like trying to do this very seriously, and she's treating this like it's a medical thing. And Anna, who allegedly has all this pain and discomfort from her lipedema, is just hopping around and bopping around and could not be happier that she's got a chance to hang out with her new friend. That's how it seems like to me.
Also a huge part of a lot of people's journey, not only here at Align Massage, but also online. And so I thought when people kept asking me about MLD, I'm like, I'm not the expert.
Blue cheese isn't as bad.
Things happen, but I don't feel like equipped to talk about it. So what I thought was, you are the expert, and you talk about it so well that I would love for you to kind of just give me at the highest level what is manual lymphatic drainage.
I didn't even realize that when I was looking at it at first. We're going to see the bed again in a minute, but that's a great point. Anna probably chose this place because they have a
congestive therapy, which is a whole other thing.
Totally. So manual lymphatic drainage is a light skin technique that really manipulates the lymphatic fluid that sits just below the surface of the skin. So after surgery, you've had a lot of fluid, right? Most people come in, they're swollen, they're painful, inflamed. And so stimulating the entire system to sort of help get that fluid back into circulation in the cardiovascular system. Once our lymph has been cleaned and filtered by the lymph nodes, it goes back into the body as plasma. So that's like the liquid component of our blood.
Okay.
And manual lymphatic drainage has like a really powerful analgesic effect. So it's like a natural pain reliever. And so it really...
That's why I feel so good.
Yes. That's why you feel so good. So it really calms
welcome in,
and soothes
accidental
the nervous
alien.
system.
And I agree. This massage therapist, this lady is a trooper. She's willing to massage Anna. I mean, no guy is willing to do that.
and really dilates the lymphatic vessels and allows for that fluid return to happen a little bit more freely. It's really gentle, light, rhythmic. As you know, it's kind of that gentle pumping just on the surface. It's not painful or anything like that. We're not pushing fluid out of the incisions. And there's a couple different kinds of manual lymphatic drainage, or lymphatic drainage, I should say. There's clinical and cosmetic. So the clinical modalities.
Good night,
those are
Nancy.
gonna be, Vodder, Casely, Smith, Foldy. Oh man, I'm drilling myself here. There's a few.
Which do you practice?
And that's a good point. This lady here is you know, she's really tall. She's a big person, but she looks tiny compared to Anna. Anna just is dwarfing her.
Just curious.
Vodder.
I don't know. I don't know the differences even between them. But you don't have to worry about going.
But there's like a list of modalities, and then there's a cosmetic, and so it's just dependent upon what the goal is, the clinical outcome. And so for clinical lymphatic drainage, it's to lower inflammation, stimulate the entire system, combat that fluid, bring those fluid levels down, and just really calm and soothe. You know, the lymphatic system is like our immune system.
I think the challenge, and I fell victim to this, just to be really honest, is when you're looking for MLD or lymphatic drainage, you kind of put it into Google, because that's like what we've been trained to do. Is
We
like,
need to grab by Google.
dear Google, please guide me on my journey. But I did, and I would find traditional massage parlors.
Okay, so let's go on a little bit farther. Let's go into the actual part where she starts getting into the actual discussion of Anna's condition a little bit.
With a clinical method like Vodder or Foldy or Casely.
Certified,
If possible.
if
That's the
possible.
best.
Ideally.
Okay, so she says here how to find a massage therapist.
Practices. And so you just find your people. You look on their website and you're like, like this is what they do. Amazing.
So basically, based on what you said, look for Lana certified.
If possible.
If
That's the
possible.
best.
Ideally.
Look for
there's
someone.
not
A lot of us out there.
I know. That's why I love that I found you.
I thought this part was funnier. So this part is just so funny that Anna is like trying to give her a hug and be best pals, and this lady here is trying her hardest to be friendly, but it just comes across like Anna just wants to hang out, and this lady is trying to sell her business. That's the impression I get.
Look for Lana certified if you can. One of the 4 modalities of kind of treatment, you said you're certified in Vodder.
Vodder method.
And then also look for the website. And if you don't see what you're trying to have worked on the website, it's probably not the place for you.
Yeah.
And
you
because
can
it's
always,
not a priority to them.
and you
Right?
can always call too. It's like, I
Mhm.
love when people call and they're just like, tell me what your credentials are. Tell me who you work with. Like, do you work with this? Have you ever seen that? And I think
Doctor
that
disagrees.
communicating and setting up those appointments in advance is so important, so that you're kind of coming into this therapeutic
Mhm.
relationship.
Thing with you.
Yeah.
I will be wearing garments, but just to keep that in mind while you guys are seeing at least the bandaging part.
Okay, so we're gonna now see some of the bandaging and all this stuff. Anna claims that she's been doing this for years. Let's see what it looks
You
like.
normally would not be wearing undergarments with that because you only captain underpants it with the compression gear.
That's right.
Okay.
So you want to go ahead and get to the massage?
Yeah.
Amazing. Bam.
This is the foundation. This foam, we've got some cushion here for the joints just to make sure that there's no traction or friction there. So a nice cushion. These affix the foam to the limbs. And then we move over and we start doing.
Now, I'm not familiar with lymphedema, but does this look like typical treatment for lymphedema? Because that's the impression I'm getting here. And I'm not 100% familiar.
A layer of these short stretch bandages. A little effleurage to get started.
What does that mean?
So basically this is just communicating safety to your nervous system so that your lymphatic vessels can dilate. Just soothing, you know? We just get you set up.
Agreed, Jamie. Thank you. That's one of the things I want to point out. Anna claims she's been doing this for years, getting these various wraps and treatments. But it seems like this is her first time getting this. And she keeps wanting to say that she's been doing treatments for years for all of her various things. And she's been doing everything she can to help herself. But now this is all brand new. So I'm not sure which it is.
And then we always start the session here at the neck. This is where all the lymphatic fluid goes back into the system once it's been
I'm gonna
kinda
speed this up a
cleaned and
little bit.
filtered by the lymph nodes. And so we kind of press in here to create a little vacuum so that fluid starts to kind of spiral in.
So what are you doing right now?
Right now, we're kind of squeegeeing the fluid that sits just below the surface of the skin. And we're kind of guiding.
All right, so yeah, as you can see, this wasn't too hot of a video. I wanted to at least show some of it, but there's just really not much else to see. I just thought it was kind of awkward to see Anna trying to make friends with this lady.
So this is one of the parts of this process that you really like need an expert for, because the bandaging process is no joke, and it's
So here she shows the bandaging at the end. Let's just fast forward through that because I really don't want to feel like looking at Anna. Okay, so here she puts on the bandages. Anna claims she's been doing this for years, but apparently this is the first time. So that is that with Anna. Not much of an update this week. I wanted to cover her, though, at least what I had. This is all I had, though, folks. I'm sorry. I didn't have more than this. But okay, now we're going to cover Now, which I think is the more interesting of our people this week. So yeah, Anna was not much of a story this week. I covered what we had, but that was it. So let me put on Now. And this is Now talking about Josh. This is like a recent video of hers from, let me see when this is. Hold on. This was uploaded just a couple days ago. And this is on HRH's channel. Let me post the link.
Oh, he needs help. He needs help.
Okay, so anybody not familiar, let me give you an update.
I'm not the only one that sees this, obviously. Like, why his dad gave up like, you people have watched him a lot longer than I have.
Okay, so just to give an update here, video is from after Nal and Josh allegedly broke up. She accused him of all this crazy stuff, attacking her, assaulting her. He said that she's crazy. He wants nothing to do with her. He's not going to get back together with her. She's no good. She's an alcoholic. She's all this stuff. She then trashed him on live. She posted a picture of him having sex with her, apparently. She posted revenge porn of him. And now she's talking about how she cares about him and she loves him.
Started watching sometime in 2022. People have been watching a lot longer than me. And just from what I could see, like, his dad gave up a long time ago. And it's sad because I can see...
No, he really doesn't at this point. She's always drunk. But how drunk? Good question.
I know bipolar. Well, I know that's not true. I call him bipolar. I don't know how to say that. That's what I tried, but I live too far away. It's like, I'm trying to show you someone actually cares about you. Like,
she's just trying to show him that she cares.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. They got him so deep in this, like, trench that he can't get out. And he's treating
a real tear? This is a real tear? Is she crying for him or for herself?
Worse than his fucking trolls.
And anybody not familiar with the relationship between Cobes and Now, Cobes, I mean, it's too much to explain who Cobes is if you're not familiar, but their relationship has been absolutely hell. Everything about it has been bad. It's been accusations. All it is getting drunk together and having sex and then fighting.
Like, I've been in isolation too. Maybe not as bad as him, because again, it's not a competition, but isolation is not good for anybody.
Is she just squeezing him out for the camera? I saw part of that one. I saw part of that.
He doesn't care about anything I've done for him.
And that interview was one of the few times where he wasn't drunk. He seemed like sober-minded. And it was interesting to hear what his father had to say.
And it's like, he got his phone. Was that directly delivered to his porch? I don't know. The wand, was that directly delivered to his porch? I don't know. Because my package, who the fuck my package is. But if it's sitting in that metal box with the two, that shit's done exploded all over it by now. And that Wyoming heat. And that's fucking hot in goddamn Wyoming when it's hot. And it's a different...
Yeah, agreed, Jamie.
I prefer the Wyoming heat, but also you're higher up in elevation.
And I think even more than that, it's how unpredictable and erratic she is. Because it's one thing to be somebody depressed, emotional. People sometimes maybe have emotional issues. But Nal is violent and aggressive, and she lies and she makes up accusations, and that is just so over the top. But I do agree, this is not a good look here.
so you're like closer to the sun burning. So it's like if you
Yes.
could have the kind of heat there, but it'd probably be a little bit better here.
For anybody not
'Cause you
aware,
wouldn't be at that
Josh told her
elevation.
not to come.
But we got humidity here. Anyways, where's my package?
He doesn't even like her. He just likes to have sex with her once in a while. Yes, exactly.
tell
She
her
just
I was
wants him
fucking
to
right.
support her.
You don't get to tell me otherwise.
She antagonizes him.
Well,
Absolutely.
he does need to get out more. Like, I know he's literally, I don't want to say the R word, but he's literally said he's socially, and it's like,
She is
okay,
regarded,
like, I'm
Elizu.
probably not any freaking better.
Nal is very socially unaware, but she is not so unaware that she doesn't realize what she's doing. She understands how much problems she causes. I just don't think she cares. That's the impression I get. Like she's like, yes, she is socially awkward, but I think but she's also very mean. And I know you said that too.
But together, you know, like it's not healthy for anybody to just
Yeah, they just want her gone. They don't even want her.
be okay
They want
with
her
never
gone.
leaving their house.
I can't blame
and
her.
And I'm not just talking about him. I'm talking about quite a few fucking people. People that I know. Oops.
Agreed, Mouse Toes. Nal is dangerous.
These people are not even funny.
And I said this last week when I was talking about people were saying, oh, Foodie, this, now that. And I don't like to compare people directly like that. But if I was going to compare them, Nal is much more dangerous than Foodie. Regardless of who you'd like or dislike more, Nal is capable of a lot more harm. She's more aggressive, she's more violent, and she's also more physically able to do harm. Like Foodie's immobility, in a sense, limits her. I mean, yes, she could still poison somebody, but she can only physically is capable of so much.
No, I don't smell like Wendy's, but your mom does.
Yes, that's another thing that's very dangerous about Jessica here is that she will invent
no
charges
idea
and
what
try
that
to get
means.
people. She'll try to frame you. She tried to frame Josh.
No, for the second time, actually, when I was there, he called me a
No, you're
snack,
right about
and I was
that.
like, "Wow,
This is not
I
attractive.
said, you haven't said that since the first time I literally talked to you on video chat, and I was wearing this fucking tank top, like I told you guys. I wasn't wearing this when I did not have this with me. I was wearing.
Yeah, she
something
is very
else.
much more.
Like all this stuff. Like, why would you say like just to use me for? You don't have to pretend like I'm your girlfriend for sex.
Yes, he does.
If that's what
Yes, he
getting
does.
at. You
Okay.
could just
Okay. Watch it. Okay, I'm glad we watched this now, just for that. If we get anything out of this clip, that's worth listening to. Jessica Boyle, naked and laughing, Queen Cobra. You are full of crap right there. Josh has to pretend he's your boyfriend, or you might try to murder him in his sleep if he stops. If he said, "Oh, I just want to have a casual hookup and then you can leave," that's what he wanted, but you wouldn't accept that. He wanted you to go, but you wanted to play husband and wife or whatever, boyfriend girlfriend. Let's listen to this again.
I did not have this with me. I was wearing something else. Like all this stuff. Like, why would you say like just to use me for? You don't have to pretend like I'm your girlfriend for sex.
Yes, he does.
If that's what
yes,
he's like
he does.
getting at, you could just say like we're not getting back to, and I'd still have sex with you. So like it's so there's got to be something more to it than that.
She does put a lot of evidence about herself. That is a good thing.
Did he cook for me this time? No. I cooked for him, but no, he didn't cook anything for me.
You know, Mouse Toes, I have not followed this that closely, but if anybody is out there instigating this, they really should be ashamed of themselves. To instigate somebody like this who's so unhinged is asking for trouble.
No, I was actually surprised someone gave me a compliment at Walmart. Like, literally walked right up to me. I was like,
Yeah, agreed. Anybody not familiar with what Elise is mentioning here? Naked and laughing, Jessica Boyle, the woman in this picture right here that we're reviewing the video of, she attempted to frame Josh, the guy we're talking about, by recording a video of him without his knowledge, while then saying, alleging that he had committed crimes, saying, "Hey, Josh, why did you slam my head against the wall? Why did you choke me down?" or something like that. And there's never been any evidence of this. There's never been any belief that any of this has ever happened. And she was basically just trying to get him to acknowledge it on camera. And he of course he didn't. He didn't say, "Oh yeah, I did that." He said nothing of the sort.
Yeah, I probably didn't look my nicest or whatever. Like, try to smile. Like, thanks.
Yeah, that was absolutely disgusting.
Should have asked him if he was single. No, like I'm not that. I used to have a friend. Not that she was even really a friend, to be honest. I used to have a friend, and she would just go through guy after guy, and it's like, wow, I can barely get a boyfriend. It's like, how do some of these? I want to say a few words, but I'm trying to keep my Instagram because I know how you people are, and you don't want me to have anything. And I'm grateful to actually have my Instagram. It's not even for my Instagram. Well, I would be upset about some pictures I would have lost, but more about all the kitties, all the kitties on Instagram. All the kitty cats.
Yeah, she did not seem like she was that out of it either. Hey, you know something? I've got something that might be fun for a watch here to close us out. Let me pull this up.
Yeah, because I'm going to go to jail for that? I've never put my hands on anybody in my life. Thank you.
Here we go. I got something here to end us with. I got something topical we're gonna switch to for tonight. Because now this is an older now video. There's nothing really too new in here. I've got a video catching us up about Puff Daddy, P Diddy, the latest, what's going on in his case. I normally don't cover true crime so much, but I think this is worth covering. So let me pull this up real quick, since we already covered glitter and covered most of the other stuff tonight. I feel like staying up just a little bit late, because I see the Hannibal's not coming on just yet for a minute anyway. So let me put on something else for a second here. All right, here is a channel. Let me post a link. This guy here apparently did some time in prison, and he does analysis of like criminal cases and things like that. So let me pull that up here. We'll share this one instead. Oh, welcome in, Ever Shavadid. Basically I've covered most of the stuff tonight. I've decided to cover a true crime story because Glitter and Lasers really wasn't as interesting as I hoped. So I'm going to cover, I've got a video about the latest with the Puff Daddy case. Apparently there's some new information to be
released. The unsealing of a 3-count indictment charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, interstate transportation for prostitution.
Combs is dangerous and poses an...
All right, let me put this back to the beginning. So this here is a video. I posted the link. This channel is called 1090 Jake. This guy does videos about crime.
Today I'm announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, interstate transportation for prostitution.
Combs is dangerous and poses an ongoing threat to the safety of the community.
When Combs didn't get his way, he was violent.
Mr. Combs is a fighter. He's going to fight this to the end. He's innocent. We knew this was coming. His spirits are good. He's confident. He's not guilty. He's innocent of these charges.
Damn, Diddy. Back at it again with the free shit. On Monday, September 16th, 2024, the feds made their move, taking Sean Diddy Combs into federal custody inside the lobby of a Manhattan hotel.
Yes, anybody who's not aware, I probably should give this bit of an update. Sean Combs, Puff Daddy, P Diddy, whoever you know him, the music producer, the billionaire businessman, this very successful guy, who always seemed like a cool guy. Never, I guess he had a little bit of controversy in the past. He did have that shooting incident, but overall he had a good reputation. He just got the key to the city in New York. There was some other famous something that he had gotten some honor. Oh, he'd gotten an honorary doctorate at Howard University. They rescinded that. Anyway, he turned himself in New York City just a day ago, I think. Maybe it was, 2 days ago. He just turned himself in. He's been accused of racketeering and other crimes. Let's let the video play.
His arrest would come 10 months after multiple allegations of freak nasty abuse. Cassie would be the first to file a lawsuit accusing Diddy of savage beatings, rape, drugs.
That is crazy. I think that's hard to believe. That's hard to believe, Fatnama. But I mean, multiple people are reporting it now. 1,000 bottles of baby oil? 1,000 freaking bottles? Like, what the hell? Like, what do you even... 784 personal... That's true. That is one of the craziest things I've ever heard. Like, just the sheer scale of this debauchery. Like, I've heard of craziness, and I remember hearing... He's like a black Harvey Weinstein. That's what he's like. He's a lot like Harvey Weinstein, like a music Harvey Weinstein, hip-hop Harvey Weinstein. Empress Shavinin, all I could think of is I know that that Sean Combs here, this fellow, he had become heavily involved with drugs over the years, and I think that might have had something to do with it. I don't blame the drug use, because obviously not everybody who uses drugs is involved in all kinds of disgusting stuff like this, but I do think that it seems that he got worse over the years, and his drug use got worse over the years, and that maybe had something to do with it. I don't know. I don't want to say for sure, but yes, the more money they make, it's the more you have. It's greed. When people have so much money and they get bored, they just have to find things to do, and it's crazy. But that's the only description for it.
The list goes on. Well, the very next day after the lawsuit went viral, Diddy, Diddy's lawyer, and Cassie settled the lawsuit with the terms to be kept confidential. The speed of how fast the lawsuit ended pretty much answered every...
That's a very relevant comment there, Capricorn. I'm going to read this aloud. Fans that support him, I don't think they realize that when a bust happens like this, it's because they were monitoring the situation for a while to make sure they have evidence for a case. Let me wet my whistle here. Yes, that's an excellent point. There's been, even though there's been rumors for a while, those rumors have, where there's smoke, there's fire. And there have been rumors about this guy, but it seems like they have a lot of evidence at this point, and it's going to be interesting to hear it. Allegedly, he was transporting women and men, apparently, for sexual purposes. So who's to say?
Everyone's question as to did he do it? In the following months,
it's disgusting.
Both women and a man would come forward with more deviant allegations. Homeland Security would strike.
Oh, no problem, Nutty. I actually switched up to true crime to end it for the night, because this is such an interesting story.
Conducting early morning raids on Diddy's Los Angeles and Miami mansions.
That's true. That's true. You're right. It's not, the drugs are not responsible. I just wanted to point out, though, that he did become more messed up mentally, allegedly, over the years. That's what people were saying. But yeah, just using drugs does not make you do criminal sexual perversion type stuff. That's not going to cause you to do that. So that's true.
Following the raids, a video of Cassie being assaulted by Diddy would take the internet by storm as the lawsuit...
All right, let me also... I don't know if they're going to show anything, but let me just say, anybody... I don't know what they're going to show in this video, but there might be some violence, and if that is disturbing to you, that triggers you, I understand if you'd rather not see that. Hopefully there won't be, but I cannot say for sure, so if you'd rather not see that, you might want to turn off now. And also, there's going to be some disgusting... discussion. I already should have mentioned that already. It's a little late for that now, but if you'd rather not see that, I understand.
Alleged Diddy paid $50,000 at the time to make the video disappear. Howard University would revoke Diddy's honorary degree and terminate the scholarship program in his name, and the mayor of New York City would also request the key to the city be returned. It would appear Diddy knew what was coming as he traveled.
Sometimes it's an old line. They say it's a blessing to be simple and not have to worry about all these big problems and big money and stuff. And in some ways, I think it is. More money, more problems. Isn't that's his song, or B.I.G.'s song. More money, more problems. That was one of his big hits.
Back to New York City, checking into a hotel on September 5th in anticipation of the indictment. Just 30 minutes before the feds took him into custody, Diddy could be seen laughing and mingling with fans in Central Park.
And it's also kind of sad in a way, because he was a very successful person and a lot of people looked up to him. He was a role model for a lot of people. He had that scholarship in his name. He had he was a very well-known person and respected by a lot of people, and it's a shame to see him, you know, be such a disgusting person in reality. If this is true, of course.
At one point, he'd even meet with his lawyer on a park bench. It would appear Diddy was taking it all in. Pause.
That's another thing. I think that's a good point you mentioned there. He's a modern day mob boss, says McGeezy. He acts like a criminal. He acts like somebody, and he always portrayed an image that he was like this nerdy music executive. I remember people used to joke like, oh, Suge Knight was a real thug. He ran Death Row Records, and Puff Daddy was soft. He was just a soft backup dancer. He wasn't a real gangster. Well, in fact, it was the opposite. Puff Daddy was so slick, he was a gangster the whole time, and he acted like he wasn't. He acted like, oh, I'm just this nerdy music executive. He acted like he used to make himself look weaker than he was, because he wanted people to not realize that he was so sinister, allegedly, of course.
As he knew this may be the last time he sees the city he ran for the last 30 years. The unsealed indictment would reveal Diddy as the head of racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, and transportation to engage in prostitution. The feds would allege that for decades...
So that's the actual allegations. Let's rewind that back.
Conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, and transportation to engage in prostitution. The feds would allege that for decades, Diddy abused, threatened, and
for decades. That's a hell of a lot. And again, when I said earlier, even if he wants to blame it on the drugs, decades is a lot longer. You can't blame that on being out of your mind. That's different. You know, that's not like a one-time thing.
Coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. To do so, Diddy relied on his employees, resources, and influence of the business empire he controlled, creating a criminal enterprise that engaged in or attempted to engage in sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. In other words,
he was a talented businessman. I'll give him that. He was a very talented businessman. But as far as a performer, he was not like a great musician or anything like that. But he was a good businessman, and he was a good dancer, allegedly, too. I never really saw him dance.
Diddy used his power to get his freak on. Diddy engaged in a persistent and pervasive pattern of abuse toward women and other individuals. This abuse was at times verbal, emotional, physical, and sexual. As part of this abuse, Diddy manipulated women to participate in highly orchestrated, freaky activity with male sex workers. At times...
Yes, that's another thing that we got to point out here, and not that this makes it better or worse or anything like that, but just to give the full details, that allegedly a lot of men and women are coming forward with allegations here. So it's just even more just shocking, the volume of what was going on here.
Diddy, or those working for him, would fly out women and sex workers to his location. He'd make sure they were willing to participate by supplying them drugs, controlling their careers, using financial support, and threatening to cut them off financially while using intimidation,
he used to have those,
and lastly, violence.
Diddy was known for those big parties.
Physical abuse by Diddy was recurrent and widely known. Since 2009, he'd assault women by striking, punching, dragging, kicking, and throwing things. These assaults were at times witnessed by other people, including in 2016 when he kicked, dragged, and threw a vase at Cassie before trying to bribe the hotel workers to remain silent. Diddy would even use his employees to carry out, facilitate, and cover up his abuse and freak nasty behavior.
It's just so crazy. Like, it's this whole organization dedicated to committing crimes and unsavory acts. And it's so crazy also when you think about it. It's backward. Because you think about a gangster is like selling drugs and doing all kinds of bad stuff to make money. Diddy made the money so that he could do bad stuff. He was using the money to finance all of his debauched and sick acts. Again, allegedly. And I remember in Miami, he used to have a big party every year in Miami, the white party, where everybody would dress up in white tuxedos and stuff. Yeah, I think he did, Capricorn. He always made himself look very very professional, very almost corny. You know, very safe is a good way to describe it. He did hand himself in. Yes, he did. That's a good thing. Yeah, the music nerd. That's what he used to do. He used to be like, oh, hey, I remember he used to hang around with that guy Farnsworth Bentley, and he used to dance, and everybody used to think he was a big soft dork. Mouse toes. There's a lot that's going to come out, and it's going to be very interesting to hear the full details, because there's always a lot of details, and this is a very complex case. I've got a feeling there's going to be a lot of he said, she said before this is all said and done.
Members of the Diddy enterprise were well involved in his dirty work and worked together to preserve, protect, promote, and enhance the power, reputation, and brand that is Sean Diddy Combs. See, Diddy's disciples wielded enough power and prestige to lure women into Diddy's orbit, often under the false pretense of a romantic relationship. These women were then forced or coerced into engaging in acts with male sex workers, and what Diddy referred to...
And I think I said this even earlier, but for anybody, this hits me hard, because I'm old enough to remember. I used to listen to this guy's music when I was younger. I remember being a fan of his when I was like in high school. He's got to be like, what, 60 years old now? He's not a young man anymore. And this is just... It's just, you know, it hits me hard because I really did listen to his music. And now it's like thinking, man, this guy was a sick freak. He was doing all this bad stuff, and buying his music enabled him to do that stuff. So it just makes me feel, obviously I didn't know, but it just makes me feel unpleasant to know.
As freak-offs. These freak-offs were elaborate and produced performances that Diddy arranged and directed while electronically recording and pleasuring himself. Domestic and international flights would be provided, and these freak-offs would occur regularly, sometimes lasting multiple days and involving multiple people.
It's crazy,
Diddy
Empress.
distributed a variety of drugs to keep his victims obedient and compliant. Sometimes unbeknownst to the victims, Diddy kept videos he filmed of victims engaging in such acts with sex workers, and when the freak-offs were
you look at this edit they have of him here. He always looked so cool. He doesn't look he looks cool. He doesn't look like a gangster. I mean, he's dressed like a gangster, but he didn't move like a gangster. He moved like a businessman. He moved like a very professional, respectable kind of guy. I never thought that he was like a criminal. I wouldn't have even believed it. I used to joke. I remember when I heard that he punched out Drake, I was laughing like, oh man, he got punched by Diddy. He got punched by that dork. What a nerd. And I remember when he got caught with the gun, I was like, man, what would he be doing with a gun? He's not a gangster. And it's the complete opposite. So when I realized that he's like a snake in disguise, that changed my whole outlook on the guy.
Diddy would provide IV fluids to recover from the physical exertion and drug use. Diddy's disciples would often book hotel rooms, stocking them in advance with the required freak-off supply list.
Yes, Capricorn.
The list would include drugs, baby oil, lubricant, extra sheets, and lighting. During the raids of Diddy's mansions, law enforcement seized various freak-off supplies, including drugs, over 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
This is the craziest.
And lube. They'd also seize firearms and ammunition.
Yes, also firearms. They seized guns that were illegal weapons. These were not legal weapons. These were guns that had the serial numbers filed off. What is he doing with illegal guns? Why do you need to have all those extra guns with the serial numbers filed off? That goes beyond just self-protection.
including 3 AR-15s with defaced serial numbers, one of which had a drum magazine. The feds are using 16 years worth of dirt to essentially bury Diddy inside of a federal prison, and in a desperate attempt,
yes,
Diddy's defense team proposed.
Yes, Fiona's mom. R. Kelly was another one. Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein. Everybody's heard of him too, but I'm thinking more people in the entertainment industry. And there's been other people over the years that we've heard all kinds of allegations about. Trying to remember the guy's name, Goldwyn. I remember his name, or it was Meyer. One of those guys who ran the movie theaters, movie studio back in the day. But this is Hollywood, and the music industry has a very bad reputation with this stuff. And you know, it's true though that unfortunately, like there's people who tacitly approve of a lot of this stuff. They stand around, yes, like that. They stand around and they allow some of this stuff to happen. And you know, Diddy had a lot of people working for him. A lot of people knew this was going on.
Put him on home detention with a $50 million.
I mean, and also they talk about how he hired prostitutes and sex workers and people to be in. They knew what was going on. And even if some of the people were there willingly, some of them apparently were not. And the ones who were there willingly must have had some idea what was going on.
A bond secured by his Miami mansion. But the feds would give 15 pages of reasons why the judge shouldn't allow it.
That's crazy.
The letter would highlight much of what the indictment states, including one freak off in 2012, which Diddy had to pay $46,000 to cover the damages done to a New York penthouse.
Yes,
in 2011, Diddy and
I remember we did see him, but even then, he seemed like kind of freaky and he seemed kind of controlling, but he didn't seem like a gangster. He just seemed kind of like a weird, controlling, eccentric person. He seemed like weird. He didn't seem evil. I mean, at least not to me. He seemed kind of controlling. He seemed kind of weird, but he didn't seem like this. He didn't seem like this.
A conspirator kidnapped an individual at gunpoint to facilitate breaking into and entering the residence of someone else. 2 weeks later, Diddy's disciples set fire to that person's car by slicing open the convertible top and dropping a Molotov cocktail inside the interior.
Yeah, Diddy's disciples, he called them. Diddy's disciples. Diddy's henchmen burned somebody's car up as a way to threaten them.
Since 2008, allegations of Diddy's violence against women has been reported in the public media, but more recently, there has been an outpouring of allegations dating back to the 90s.
What about the babies? There's going to be babies with no oil.
The weapons recovered inside of Diddy's home are also a federal concern. While 6 legal weapons were found.
Welcome in, Archie. Hope you're having a good night. I'm covering a little bit of true crime to close us out tonight. We're covering the Puff Daddy P. Diddy story, which is just crazy story. It's a crazy story.
Stored in safes. 3 AR-15s were found with defaced serial numbers, making them very illegal. A drum magazine loaded with 59 rounds of .223 ammo was found in his Los Angeles mansion, where high-capacity magazines are very illegal. To make a long story short, the feds said Diddy's dangerous, has a
I've got a feeling it's not going to hold up when there's this kind of charges going on. I mean, if it was a civil case, it might be different, but this is criminal. These are very serious charges, so I've got a feeling that they're going to be able to get people to break those agreements. But again, I'm no lawyer. I don't really know.
Shitload of money, and is definitely a flight risk. So the judge
That's who it was?
his bail.
Kid,
as of now,
Kid Cudi. That's he's a rapper producer himself. That's who they're saying was the car. Man, that's
Diddy resides in a not-so-luxury concrete cell within MDC Brooklyn, a federal facility that holds over 1,700 inmates of all calibers and has been home to many big names from rappers like 6ix9ine to mob boss John Gotti. It can be expected that a ton of new information will keep coming out regarding this case, possibly more charges.
Welcome in, Oranges. Didn't even see you come in there. Yes, but that's interesting to know.
Or arrests. It's also likely that Diddy may have some information he's willing to share in order to secure his freedom. So while the industry has turned their backs on him, many may be sweating, knowing what they did in Diddy's darkness is about to come to light. And as for Diddy, he's facing a minimum 15 years and up to life in federal prison. Now, I think it's safe to say we all expected this would happen. We just didn't know when. The fact that
he posted a link to this guy's channel here. Goes by 1090 Jake. I always like to link the videos I use.
He only has 3 counts is somewhat surprising. I thought it would have been more because all the allegations against him are so crazy and in depth. But racketeering is pretty much bundling up everything into one charge. At the end of the day, he has 3 charges. He's facing 15 years minimum up to life. And the way the feds work is you're either gonna tell on somebody or you're gonna get fucked. Now, the type of case he has, anything sexual, when you get locked up, it's frowned upon to the point that you can be a target. But that's more so for people that aren't so rich and aren't so famous. I'm not sure how it would play out.
All right, this is an interesting topic here. You know, if he's going to be safe in jail, if he's going to be extorted, if he's going to be attacked, I don't know. I've never been to prison, but I do know that it's people are not going to want to associate with somebody with a bad reputation. But if he has enough money, he certainly can buy off at least some people. Maybe, you know, not everybody can be bought off so easily. But again, also let's keep in mind something. He's probably going to have a lot of his money seized, or he's going to spend a lot of it on this legal defense. And if he ends up in prison, he's not going to have the same money he used to.
Him, because he has money to sway the crowd. But this is the thing. They may also come for the money. They may come for his properties. They may come for everything. And if they're able to take away his means of defense and making things happen, they're taking away his power. Which is going to reduce him from a music mogul to a famous person with not so much money. But what I think is going to happen and what I know is going to come to light is a lot more names, a lot more people.
I guess the antenna is on the bugs. I guess the crickets want to have a good reception too. I don't know. Well, you know, when you see the antenna, that means that the reception is buzzing. I don't know. I'm sorry. I wish I could come up with a better joke for you, Rudy.
Possibly more arrests, a lot of people falling back, and you know, Diddy has a lot of information on people. This shit's kind of similar to the Epstein shit when he was bringing people to the island, except Diddy was doing this shit over here. You're flying people through, you're recording them, you're giving them drugs, whatever. Now Diddy, his life is on the line, and we're gonna see how desperate he gets. We're gonna see how desperate other people get. We don't know how deep this is gonna go, and this is only the beginning. Guarantee it won't be the last video I make on it, as the updates are just gonna come rolling in. But let me know y'all's thoughts and comments in the comments section. It's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all, y'all rocking with me. Until next time.
Okay, now I have one last clip we're going to show here because I am running a little bit late on my schedule here, but I got one more last clip. And this is the clip of Diddy that I thought that I thought was the most shocking clip. And this is one that was from a couple years ago. So let's look at this here. This is from a few years ago, Diddy on a hip-hop show of some kind, entertainment show.
Yeah, I love this drink. I like when you like this, Daddy.
Yeah, when you put my bag
Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping for shit.
No, I got notes
like
and
that.
Shit. You know, I've been practicing. I got.
Yeah.
Let me put a link to this video as well.
Yeah, Mr. Lee.
Yeah, I love this drink.
When you put my bag,
I like when you like this, Daddy.
Yeah, when you put my bag.
Daddy, I like when you
right
scrambling
here,
and scraping. When you scrambling and scraping for shit. No.
Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna go with that one.
Make a
that
wish.
one.
Just blow it out. It's your birthday every day.
Every day's a birthday on Drink Champs, goddammit.
He's acting so weird with these guys. Like he's trying to like control them. Like he's trying to like make them do what he wants. And it just, you could see they're like kind of scared of him. Like they don't want to tell him no, but they're feeling awkward.
I'm in.
Where look
Did you
back
miss
on
me?
where I became.
Did you miss me though? For real? Because
Did you miss me?
I'm saying it seems like a thing.
I
with
miss
this
partying
birthday
with
party,
Puff, man. I
Man,
miss
but I'm
partying
talking about
with
for your birthday.
Huh?
Why won't you party with me for your birthday, man?
Yeah, we partied for my birthday before. You came to my party.
No, but me and you ain't never really party. You know what I'm saying? Eyes.
We ain't never really party. What does he mean?
Eyes, brother.
Oh, man.
Eyes. I understand. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So check this out. It's me, Tyrese, Ray J, and F. Gary Gray. You know, I'm a type of nigga, I like variety, man. I like people that's unpredictable. You know what I'm saying? I like different personalities. So I was like, I never knew they would become what they are today. But you know what I'm saying? They're like, you know.
And for anybody not aware, there's a woman, Jaguar Wright, who had some links to the entertainment industry at one point, and she's been making a lot of allegations that sounded crazy, but now some of them are sounding less crazy.
That sounded like the type of night I want to have in Vegas. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. So Tyrese kept on talking.
This is a fight. This is a Floyd fight, right?
Yeah. And Tyrese keep on talking about like how you got to get back for church. And we just like, yo, the night ain't start. You got to get back for church. We in motherfucking Vegas, nigga. But like, you can go to church next week. You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot of booze on that day.
Thing, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing, but we in Vegas. Don't be bringing God into this situation. Don't bring God into this situation. You know what I'm saying? F. Gary Gray is like, nigga, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Ray J. So Ray J is like just really like feeling like Ray J right now. You know what I'm saying?
I got you, Capricorn. Ray J always seemed kind of sleazy too.
Don't do that.
Yeah, that's why I said let me pick it up. That's why I said let me pick it up from right there. This why I gotta pick it up from right there.
Look at this nigga. This is a rap nigga. Go ahead. No, bro.
Killing.
Bro, come tell the story. Bro, we intoxicated.
Listen.
Oh, bro, we helping me build that beautiful, nice guy, Rastafari brand of yours, huh? I see you, man.
I'm walking.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Woo! Happy birthday to you. Woo! Happy birthday. It's fabulous. The only nigga that got the name that I want. It ain't gay. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, my brother.
Yeah.
Let's take a shot for that, boy.
The energy in that room is very weird. That is some weird energy in that room right there. He was like those guys were not feeling it. They were not part of what was going down there, but they were scared to tell him no. He was like, "Oh, why don't you party with me? You ain't party with me like that. You got to come party with me sometime." That was some very uncomfortable energy there that I was getting from that guy. And yeah, I think that says it all right there. All right, folks. I don't know if Hannibal's on yet. Yes, he is. Okay. Well, I'm gonna give you a link over there, and I'm gonna sign off because I gotta go get something to get a little snack, get a little something to drink. I need to relax. All right, everybody. Hope you all have a wonderful evening. I had a lot of fun tonight. The show is always fun for me. Hopefully you enjoyed it as well. I think that was an interesting little subject for Diddy to close it out. I wish I had more glitter and lasers this week, but hopefully she'll give us more next week. You know, she sometimes she catches us when we're least expecting it, right? We're gonna get a really good video, I hope. Yeah, absolutely oranges. All right, good night, everybody. You're very welcome. Oh, thank you, Doris. You have a wonderful evening. Good night, everybody. Good night, Wooly. You're very welcome. Good night, oranges. Good night, Capricorn. I'll see you over there. No problem, Empress. Always a pleasure. Good night, everybody. You are a wonderful audience. You too, Archie. Sherry C. Good night to you. Good night, everybody. You got it, oranges.